I don't know. You would know more because that's more your era than mine. If Grant Hill went to UNC, what would you have lost your shit like?
Yeah, I'm not that old. Goddamn it. When he
No,
was,
no. I mean, like, because again, I'm born after the Fab Five, and the Michigan against Grant Hill, Jalen Rose against Grant Hill specifically, and that great. It's not technically a 30 for 30. It's an ESPN doc, the Fab Five, but Jalen Rose talked about why he hated Grant Hill. That's some real energy, and I respect it too because he was like my father's a pro athlete. I didn't know him.
right.
Your father's a pro athlete. You knew him, and then your mom was roommates with Hillary Clinton. So I hate you. Like I don't have the same set of circumstances as you, Grant Hill, but yeah. And at the time that was like the hate for Duke was at an all-time high until. I don't think anything surpassed Christian Lane or Duke hatred. JJ Redick was close, but yeah.
Hey man, look, they produced a lot of great white players that could just shoot. That's what Duke was more so known for. And then they had another player.
I don't know. Can Kyle Singler shoot? Come on.
Yeah, that's it.
Can Luke Kennard shoot?
Yeah, that's it. It's just white boys that can shoot. Y'all good at just open shots. That's all y'all got. A couple little assists, open shots. Ain't gonna be no defense. It ain't gonna be no dunking. Alex Caruso. That's why everybody be over on Alex Caruso because he can dunk on the fast break.
No, it's because he's like a legit bald white man hooping for the Lakers of all teams. If he wasn't on the Lakers, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, you're probably right because it is the Lakers. So.
Yeah,
but I didn't get the memes last year. It was funny at first, but then it was like, "Oh, he's the best player," and it was goated. I was like, "All right, bro."
No, it's like remember when Steve Novak had that crazy run with the Knicks? Again, it was amped up because it was the Knicks. Granted, they were terrible, but the New York media makes everything huge. So again, Steve Novak was kind of doing that before, but didn't have the spotlight. And then what was he doing after? Now, like goddamn thing.
Oh, he coaching the PE's team, probably.
but
well,
I mean, UNC won the title the year after against Michigan. So, I mean, if Grant Hill was there, you think they would have won the same amount of titles? They would have went back to back?
They would have won. Because he was there from 1990 to 94. He did all 4 years. That's no wonder his knees were shot.
Well, that's what they had to do back then. Not had to, but I mean, for Coach K, you had to, yeah.
Man, fuck that. Do 2-3 years and get up out of there. A lot of the older players would do that 2 or 3 years tops.
You're going to stay 4 years. I don't care if you even walk out of here with a degree. You're going to walk in here, play 4 years for me, get me my titles.
Yeah. And not get paid under the table.
And not get paid. I don't believe in that. This here is a institution.
For stage. It's an institution.
An institution. Respect, because again, he came from fucking West Point and Bob Knight. Yeah, that's the one guy you want as a fucking mentor.
No, not at all, dude.
No, I said that was sarcasm. Come on.
No, I know what you mean. I was just doubling on that. No, if Bob Knight was my coach, I wouldn't last. I would have been in the fight every day.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think.
You're not gonna cuss me out, bro.
Because
there's a now, mind you, people have graduated, but it ain't worth that shit. You're not getting paid. Like Zeke was still going to the west side of Chicago from out there, and his family was still poor. And he was not getting paid. And that's around the time when they started doing that, actually. They probably was doing that before then, but they was definitely doing that around that time because even Charles Barkley said he was getting paid under the table.
Yeah, because there's that whole 30 for 30 about the mob and Boston College. And that's early 80s, late 70s. Because again, there's that it's related to Goodfellas because they're in at Boston College at point shaving. And that's like I can't remember if those guys were getting paid to point shave. Like specifically, like they would get small bags, point shave, or like whoever was like maybe they paid a coach or I forgot. It was an okay doc, but I mean it's just a small scene in Goodfellas anyway where they talk about how they have the inn at Boston College. But
no, it's no, I think if he would have went to UNC instead of fucking Duke, God forbid, like he did do, I think he would have got us like two more championships.
And then who would have been the star black player for Duke to come along after him. Like, because I mean, it was what him and then Shane Battier. And before Coach K started doing the one and dones, where he had to go out and get Kyrie Irving and Jason Tatum, and
I was just talking about Jaleel the other day. I said he missed his era.
Yeah, no, that was a whole big consensus. I mean, that team. I remember watching that national title game. That was a great game.
Mm-hmm.
I guess thankfully they won because the fucking God, if the white guys at Wisconsin would have won, you might have shut down college basketball forever. Like fundamentals won basketball, hard work, grit won basketball, not talent, not flash,
not jumping the terms they use for all the white players, like high IQ and all that.
Yeah. And Tyus Jones, who's from Apple Valley, Minnesota, fucking went off in that game too. And again, fortunately, because he had that momentum, didn't stay an extra year because. I don't blame him as well. If you went from like getting a second round pick to a top 15 pick, you gotta take that.
Yeah, it's like Shabazz Napier when he won a national title at UConn. He was like, "I'm going to the league." It was like,
no,
all right,
he was already like a junior or a senior, I thought.
Yeah, he was, but I'm saying like he went like ASAP. As soon as they won the UConn won the title, which you could do. Shouts out to Kerry Kittles, LA legend.
11:56 a.m.
Yeah, that's the time, bitch.
I pressed up against my Apple Watch, and that's what happens sometimes.
No, Grant Hill could have been one of the greatest players of all time, easily. Bearing none energy, not Kerry Kittles. Wait, who won? The UConn team was. Let me see, because I'm tripping. It wasn't Kerry Kittles. That's from LA.
Yeah. With when Shabazz Napier and them won the second one.
Yeah.
Didn't Ryan Boatwright go from USC to UConn? I think it's the only guy I can name on that team besides Shabazz Napier.
I'm trying to see right now. We got the finals too, the tournament finals today before we get to the national game.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I haven't been watching March Madness. The weird thing about that one UConn year, that was kind of like Kevin Ollie showed up, won the national title, and then like got sanctions, right? And then hasn't done shit since.
I Kerry Kittles, Kevin Ollie. He from.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There we go.
Shit, really?
Let me make
sure.
You
were thinking. I was like, are you trying to say like Kerry Kittles was the coach? Because I'm like, no way, Kerry Kittles like went back to college and played with fucking.
Nah, because he played for the Nets.
No, Kevin Ollie
and names is TTE. Yeah, Kevin Ollie is from LA.
Oh, okay.
And he coached UConn team.
Yeah. But like I said, because Jim Calhoun had to leave because of sanctions or whatever, and then they hire Kevin Ollie, they win the national title, and I think some shit came down about how he was running the program too, or he just all of a sudden like was a flop. I can't remember. Like I said, that one after like the Lonzo, I really didn't pay attention to college basketball since in terms of like keeping an eye on it.
Oh, I did when he was at UCLA. I was trying to watch a couple games.
I was just trying to watch his highlights, Jason Tatum's highlights. The Markelle Fultz thing was funny because like everyone was like making a big deal that he was going to be the number one pick and was playing on the shitty team. I'm like, then why would that make him the number one pick still? Like,
well, because he had those intangibles.
Yeah, the skill set. Yeah, again, it was all like everyone was
small guard.
Yeah, everyone was trying to make the argument that he'd be Tracy McGrady. Yeah, well, skill set, but I'm like, if Tracy McGrady would be Tracy McGrady after a few years, or like him and again, like, why was it him and Vince Carter stayed together? Could you imagine that? Is that an underrated what if for you in the NBA? If Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady stayed in Toronto?
Well, that was 97, 98 when T-Mac got there. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2001. They still would have got beat by the Lakers.
True, but I mean, like, don't you think that would have helped both of their careers at least a little bit more in terms of, like, they probably would have gotten them more together than they did as individuals because they both went to East Finals when they led their teams, right? It was Vince in 2000 and then T-Mac in 01.
T-Mac has never been to the conference finals. He only been to the second round with the Rockets.
Oh, I thought the Magic.
Because in 2009, on that Ron Artest team, he was hurt, if I'm not mistaken.
I know that. that was a whole argument too about Moneyball and basketball, where like he got injured, they went out and got Shane Battier because that was the like Michael Lewis wrote that thing about Shane Battier, and Daryl Morey was like, "This is how we're," and they went on that crazy winning streak with like
22 games, I think more than that.
Yeah, but it was like they did it without the quote unquote star player of the team, like the key figure. I mean, they played, and which is again the whole thing about Moneyball, which is bullshit. Like you still need stars to win at the end of the like game. Like Houston, they won 22 games, but did they win the title? Like no, because they would still need a star player. Like analytics works, and then it works to a point. I think in sports, like it'll get you wins, it won't get you championships.
Well, I've been burying him a lot recently this past year, and it's other people that have in the past 6 years. Like I mean, Charles Barkley cut a whole promo inside the NBA about
it's dumb to say that about 3-pointers though, that a team can't win if they only shoot 3-pointers, again because the argument that 3 is worth more than 2.
We actually about to see that, so he might be right.
Well, I mean, I think that's just say like Charles Barkley did the whole. They called me a madman about 3-pointers would be hilarious. By the way, this is Banks versus Davis. This is a improv type show. We only have like one set topic. We're gonna freelance, throw the ball all over the field, run and chuck. We're gonna just do 3-pointers. Anything we want to talk about, we're gonna talk about.
Basically.
But yeah, no, I mean Charles Barkley being like, "Fuck these 3-pointers."
Remember this fucking guy?
Legend. I mean,
Psycho T.
My guy.
He would be your guy. Y'all the same person.
Of course. Even though he was a guy who had the body of an adult, but he had the head of a 5th grader. Like he looked like a 5-year-old. He looked like a 5-year-old kid who somehow got like magical powers. He's Shazam. Like Psycho T. And then like he'd morph into like a 6'9" center in college basketball.
Nah, he was great. Then when it's the same thing I said about white players before. When they get to the league, it's kind of like.
But he had a decent career, at least as a 8th man.
Yeah, I mean, he played for the Pacers. He was good for them. He was on that team with Paul George and them, but he barely got playing time. Because
him and Birdman, they almost had that confrontation where it's like, holy shit, that's Kong Godzilla.
Yeah, you definitely don't want it with Birdman, bro. Remember he got caught with the medicine?
No, don't. Oh, I got to say with the other shit. I'm like, no, he was innocent of that. That was they try to set him up with the other shit, which I'm like, what kind? That's some fucked up shit. Someone tries to set you up with that.
Yeah, no. He looked like he just talked to like 20-year-old women. That's it. But with them tattoos, the Mickey Mouse tattoos he got on his body, like The Rock said about Undertaker. But besides that, no, he was just. Remember he got caught with the shits. He had the shenanigans.
Really?
Yeah, that was legit. Like I think he had I don't know if he had. I think he did have the crystal, but he was riding around.
Oh, early in his career, right?
Yeah, when he was with the Nuggets, and they let him go, and then he was
no. Would it have been when he was with New Orleans? Because I thought the whole thing about him and the Nuggets was that was the comeback, and then like I said, there was that shady shit where they try to like someone tried to set him up on some like fucked up shit, and then he came back to Miami. I think the New Orleans is when he was wilding out with the drugs, and then Denver where he became
because he looked like fucking the dude from Where's My Car? I'm blanking out right now. No, the other one from that 70s show. Yeah, he was out there looking like that, and then he just like started de-aging fast, and he started getting tattoos.
Yeah, no, that's like he looked like Ron Baker at first.
Yeah,
and then he came back on like the tattoo shit, like basically like fucking Travis Barker meets
MGK
meets Fred Durst.
Yeah, he came back tweaked out, but he still was getting boards. But yeah,
that was the thing. Well, that's why that Denver team, because it was Carmelo, Kenyon Martin, Nene, Chris Anderson, Birdman Anderson, and then J.R. Smith. And then kind of Chauncey Billups.
Okay.
In 2009 when they made that run to the East Finals. God, if Carmelo went to the finals that year, nothing would matter. Our guy would get the respect he deserves.
No, that was a classic conference finals, man, because they was really trying. I mean, they was trying, but when you go against Bean, you ain't too successful when you go against Bean. And he got his team.
I was just so pissed that the KG injury happened because I'm like, oh, this looks, and like Rondo had taken the leap, like they were starting. I forget who they were starting instead of KG, but it's like, oh, these guys can't they're not going to be able to beat.
You talking about the 09 finals? Because the 09 finals, everybody was good except for Andrew Bynum on the Lakers.
Well, I mean, because again, like the Magic end up winning because they beat Boston in the second round, I believe, and then they beat Cleveland after. Like, even though LeBron has the one game where he makes the one buzzer beater, and then like they whoop his ass, and that was the 1 year where the NBA had really promoted the puppets of LeBron and Kobe. Like, hopefully we'll get this match. But I love those commercials. My dad enjoyed them as well, even though my dad's not a big basketball fan. But he was like, those commercials are fucking funny. Like,
that's true. Oh yeah, I got my timeline wrong. That was 08 Celtics versus Lakers. Then 09 was the Magic.
Yeah. Because I remember, and I watched those Magic Lakers games, and they were over by halftime, like 4 out of the 5.
Yeah,
and there was the
Magic
second
got more.
Yeah, that second game, Courtney Lee misses that layup at the last second. I'm like, oh my god, because that's like I don't want the Lakers to win. Like, god, like
the other problem was that they took out Ray for Austin. He shouldn't have stayed starting, and they had Jameer Nelson start again in the finals, but he was hurt throughout.
Yeah, I said like he was hurt that second half of the year, and they got Ray for Austin. And I remember like they made the whole big deal. Ray for Austin was like the and one king playing in the NBA finals, and then again, underrated things like Orlando had JJ Redick on the bench. Like you would play him more now because shooting threes, and that was their whole thing. They had Turkoglu, Rashard Lewis before he got on the Peds.
They were
both on the Peds. Him and Turkoglu, they both got PED suspensions like a year or two later.
Yeah, it must have. I believe them. It was something that they didn't know, bro. They not just taking AGAs just for fun. It's probably something they took from GNC.
They were definitely taking some Peds. Come on.
It wasn't no need for them to do it. Like, bro, I know it's recovery as well, but it's just like it wasn't no need. And then they got suspended for 9 games. Rashard Lewis did.
No, I thought he got suspended like majority of the season that year for that or something.
No, it was only like 9, maybe 13 games. Because it wasn't like they was out here getting the testosterone. They was out here. They went to GNC apparently and then got something that had traces of HGH in it. Because that can happen.
Yeah. No, I mean, who? Oh my God, who had that excuse? I think it was John Jones, or about like. No, maybe not him. Someone tried to use an excuse of like, I don't know how that got in there. Like, I got this at the store, and they didn't tell me that was going to be in there.
Yeah, it's not hot Joxy cut. It's something else. If I look it up, it definitely is a testosterone booster. So it could come up like you taking something like a human growth hormone supplement, and then creatine as well.
Sometimes, I mean, because that got banned, right?
Yeah, no, you can still buy it, but like
for athletes to use, that's a banned substance. Like, a normal guy can take it, yeah.
Because it's all water weight. Because I've taken it. I've taken creatine a couple times. I'm not taking it now. Hell no. Because every time I'm
not saying you take you. I'm like, just for you. I mean, I would probably take it like as an experiment.
No, you don't want to, bro. First of all, your heart gonna beat super fast. You're gonna get hot, but you're gonna be able to max out. The thing is, I was able to max out, but it's like, bro, then your stomach gonna hurt because it's all water weight. That's all it is. So it's just adding water muscle to you. And I took the Arnold Schwarzenegger little supplement. I said, "Oh no."
I mean, like, isn't Stone Cold Steve Austin really the poster boy for creatine?
Yeah.
Because again, like he was in shape, but like he wasn't cut. Like he had like a fit body for a guy who like was kind of working out, but then kind of not working out.
It wasn't working out, and you could tell. What he say? 2 tequila, 1 beer.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe like when he's not and him drinking every goddamn day. Don't matter, son.
Right. What he was naming, and then he kept saying what? Everybody kept saying 3 chili dogs, 1 hot dog. I'm like, yeah, bro. You ain't working out, bro.
But no, I mean, the NBA and basketball. Because like, you kind of wanted to talk about this anyway, but so it's funny that you let off with Grant Hill, but Roy Williams is stepping down from UNC. And again, Psycho T. I mean, that was the last title they won, right? Yeah.
Let me see.
No. They won after they lost to Villanova. They beat Gonzaga in 2017. Yeah.
I'm about to say, no, we won the title around that time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, because in that, like, again, like, you and I are both UNC fans. Now, after the Villanova loss, I was like, well, I don't know if, I don't know. Like, that was fucking bullshit. Like, how can you, like, come back from that? Like, shit's ridiculous. Again, I was watching that.
I'll never forget Kenny Smith's facial expression when that happened.
But see, the shitty thing is, like, they lose on some bullshit. Like, Villanova runs a great play. Mm-hmm. Like, Archie Atkino, like, runs up. Like, they set the screen. Chris Jenkins walks up, just knocks it down. It was just, like, a wide open play. But before, Marcus Page probably makes the greatest shot in basketball that no one will ever talk about because it didn't win the game. Like, that's, like, in air, basically, like, stop motion three-pointer. Like, he's somehow frozen and wants, like, yeah.
Other than Josh Hart, I got to see who else made a team after that because Josh Hart is in the NBA now.
Jalen Brunson might have been on that team, if I'm not mistaken, or he was he'd either already left or I think he was also on the team still. And did they have another big man that made it to the league or no?
Let's see.
To see what sex is like, I mean, all the guys from UNC, like, I mean, Marcus Page, Joel Berry, fucking Bryce Johnson. These guys don't make the league, and it's like that's one thing where I love about UNC. But like, it's like all these guys like don't make it to the league. They make it to summer league, but they just don't make the final rosters most of the time.
Well, it goes back to what people should know. Like, bro, everybody's not good to make it to the NBA. Like,
true.
The 10th man on the bench could whoop your ass, bro. And like in a game of pickup.
Yeah.
Like Jose Calderon probably out here putting buckets up on people's head.
After smoking 2 cigarettes, yeah.
Right, he definitely looked like one of them European players. That definitely
oh, yeah. He did him and like, okay, 21.
Okay, I got you. And doing no-look passes as well.
Yeah, it's like, time out. I need a cigarette.
Like, who was that on that Raptors team? It was him. It was
Andrea Bargnani.
Yeah, there you go. I was like, yo, it was another European player, and then it was Chris Bosh as well.
Again, they took Andrea Bargnani number 1 in the same draft as JJ Redick. I think LaMarcus Aldridge, Adam Morrison. Yeah, that was like, because everyone's like the draft next year, that'll be something because it was Greg Oden and then Kevin Durant and then so on and so forth. But yeah, no, but again, like, I mean, UNC, I mean, and that was the whole thing, like the 2010s. I mean, maybe even after the Sean May title, like every guy who got drafted really didn't do all that well in the pros in terms of being a superstar. Unfortunately, like Raymond Felton had solid, backup point guard career, starting point guard. Ty Lawson, that was someone who again was intentionally shooting themselves in the foot. While where like you could have been great, especially like with the way basketball turned out, where like fast point guards, all that. Even though again he was undersized, but Wayne Ellington, again solid journeyman career. Even though Danny Green as well, that team when it was Ty Lawson, Wayne Ellington, Danny Green, Tyler Hansbrough, that core 4 was phenomenal, and they had Ed Davis as the other big.
Remember that team that they had Ty Lawson and they had Raymond Felton starting at the 1 and 2 on the Nuggets. Like you got 2'5'9" guys playing, bro.
But you have one guy who's the size of the wall in Raymond Felton.
No, he just fat, bro. Don't do that. He's just fat. Tyler, and look, bro. I love Raymond, but he fat. He got us a national title. Fat. No, we're not gonna sit up here and do that. Built like a brick wall. His weight was going up.
No,
and down.
I didn't say he was built like a brick. I didn't say like a brick wall. I'm just saying like he's literally like a wall. Like you're gonna like
a peanut butter wall.
Meanwhile, Ty Lawson, who was just like probably hungover, but still going 0 to 60 in a matter of seconds. Like.
He living a life in China right now, right? They're trying to get him up.
Oh yeah, no, I thought they banned him. Didn't they ban it? Yeah.
I think that, yeah, he was out there saying, "Oh, they think out
Doesn't
here."
he?
They trying to,
Didn't he have like one of the rare? Like, isn't he one of the guys on the list of like 50-point games? Like, who? Why are they on this list? Like, Corey Brewer has a 50-point game.
Yeah.
Isn't Ty Lawson on a 50-point game list?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Let me look up when, because I remember seeing that. I'm like, that's expected though. If you a guard, small guard, that can put the ball.
No,
on the floor,
yeah. And then
on
see,
shot.
what do you think he was? Do you think he was too soon or too early? I mean, too early or too late? Like, could he have been if he is in like Allen Iverson stuff on Marbury, Steve Francis days, he would have been a star? Or if he got drafted now, do you think he'd be a bigger star?
Now more so than 10 years ago, just because the game is what he's doing, what he was doing then. That's where the game is now. Just shoot a bunch of threes.
That's what I mean. Like, so again, he's 09. So if he was in 99, you're saying it would have been But like if it's 2019, 10 years later, he's probably a bigger deal. Even though they'd still say he's undersized, but he would probably know how to. He'd probably like
but still, it don't really don't matter. You can be It really don't matter, bro. About height no more. I mean, of course, it. Let me harken back to what I'm just saying. It does matter about your height, but for the most part, it doesn't now. For a guard, like as long as you can shoot a three, that's all that matters.
True. But again, that's why the whole big thing about like John Morant, LaMelo Ball, all these guys, like again, they all want like as soon as like when Richard Sherman and that took off in the NFL, like the
John Morant
tall corner,
like 6'2", 6'3", something like that.
But again, compared to like guys who are like 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", like at point guard, that's drastic. Like that's like Richard Sherman being like the tall cornerback became the trend. Like instead of trying to have a guy who's 5'10", 5'11" match up with a guy who's 6'3", because he can keep up with him speed wise. Let's have someone who's at least 6'1" with reach can definitely keep up with a Mike Evans or another Andre Johnson, shit like that. Like,
damn, Raymond only 36 years old. He should be in the league right now.
Wasn't he in it like 2 years ago at least?
Yeah, the last time he played was with OKC.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's crazy though. He should still be in the league. Like he only 36. They got me thinking.
He's 36, but he's got the body that, like you just said, like there's a reason he's probably not in the. There's a reason he's not in the league at 36. He's not on the TB12 diet.
No, he's definitely built like somebody baby moms.
But yeah, no, I mean, the taller point guard I think is what guys want, what teams want more now. With, like I said, those guys, LaMelo Ball, like they want point guards to at least be 6'4" and who can play again the combo guard, which is like I think you hate the combo guard, right?
Nah, because they used to call it a swing man because Ginobili would play the 2 or the 3, and then you had T-Mac doing the same thing. But the combo guard conversation kind of came. It might be before AI, but around that time, it's like he played the 1, then he switched to the 2, and that's because of Larry Brown. And then after that,
God, is there one top 10 most overrated Larry Brown?
As far as a coach?
Yeah.
Basing it on what though? His win percentage in the league or his win percentage in college? Because
I think everything. Because he's in Indiana and Reggie Miller and all that, but then like Allen Iverson in Philly, and then when he goes to Detroit, don't they win after he leaves?
No, they got one in 04 with him.
That was with him, okay. But then he leaves for New York, and then he's terrible, right? Then he's terrible in Charlotte, and then it's that thing where like
you just said two teams that were horrible.
Well, I'm saying, but like, well, that's what I mean. Like Larry Brown's not someone who like.
Wait, Larry Bird was a great coach too, though.
He was, but I'm saying Larry Brown was not someone who had the magic of of coaching. Like he didn't build teams from the ground up into start. Like he was right place, right time, maybe.
Well, the same thing could be said about the Zen Master. It's kind of
that's always been my argument. That could Phil Jackson do it on teams that weren't Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant on them? You know, Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal. If he didn't have at least 2 top 10 guys of all time in the league at that time, could he have? I don't know. Would he be where he is? I don't think so.
Well, he's a victim of great circumstance.
True. It's knowing about being in the right situation. Don't put yourself in the wrong one. Steve Kerr saw that when he took the Warriors job. He's like, I'm not going to take that next job. Look at it.
Right. Even though they did Mark Jackson dirty. Yeah.
True, that was dumb, but it was also like the whole locker room hated Mark Jackson and the Bible study and all that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
And
that's
again,
what it mainly was. Like, bro, come on.
and he was the guy who like didn't see the talent of Draymond Green. Remember, they were still starting everyone but Draymond Green.
Yeah,
So that's what I mean. Like, you can't. They did Mark Jackson dirty after he took them to 2 straight playoff appearances, but it was also like Mark Jackson wasn't seeing the bigger picture with the team he had.
and listen, when the Nets get like 10 titles in the next 10 years, man, you gonna come back to this
What?
conversation. They old.
Are you-
Now they old, but still, they got 6 All-Stars, bro. They gonna get at least 3 titles.
No, come on.
They old.
I mean,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
shout
Kevin
out to
Durant.
Ron. I made a bet with Ron. I don't know if he remembers that the Nets wouldn't even make the playoffs. I said they wouldn't make the playoffs because I thought Kevin Durant was probably gonna miss half the year. I definitely thought some Kyrie
Well,
Irving
he
shit
is
was.
now.
Well, I mean, I definitely thought some Kyrie Irving shit was gonna happen, where like they were gonna trade his ass because like anything Kyrie Irving does as a matter of like, all right, this is the last warning, and then we're gonna do something about this.
Yeah.
So I was just strictly thought like it'll be Steve Nash's first year. They have 2 guys who like are always, I mean, not always. Kyrie Irving's more injury prone than Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant has had bad injuries, foot, and then now Achilles. I mean, same shit almost. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if they took their time. But then they made the James Harden trade. I'm like, shit, there goes. I knew when that trade happened. I'm like, I've lost this bet. I was like, it was looking good, but James Harden, I'm like, ah. But yeah, or so they got all right. LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin. You think that's really gonna make them win the title?
Yeah. In this NBA, yes. Because the Lakers can't out rebound them. Because AD can't stay healthy. Then Draymond.
That is, yeah. Even though Antonio will be like, AD was healthy last year. He was healthy last year when they won the title.
Laker fans, man, they are victim of their own ideas.
Oh God!
Like Laker fans have this whole ideal that everybody wants to come to the Lakers,
which they don't, unless they're successful.
No, not even now. It's
true. Yeah, because like
why? You want to save your money. You don't want to live in LA, even if you're worth $100 million, bro. That money gonna go fast.
No, you want to live in LA as your second home.
Well, that's what Andre Drummond was doing, Mr. Bitches. That's what he was doing. When I was seeing him at the club and all that.
You can't be Mr. Bitches if you're dating Jeanette McCurdy. I'm sorry. If you're dating Jeanette McCurdy, you can't call yourself Mr. Bitches. As one of the 3 Mr. Bitches, as one of the 3 Mr. Bitches, you, I, and Josh, I vote that we cannot call Andre Drummond. Drummond.
You said me and Josh. No, it's just you and Josh. Y'all the Hardy Boys.
No, again, like I told you, we're 3MB.
No,
we're 3 Mr. Bitches.
That's cat.
But
I'm not even a part of that faction. He keeps trying to do these factions with me. I'm like, bro, that's dog.
But yeah, I mean, Lakers in general, because like wherever y'all when Mike Brown was coaching the team, and Ramon Sessions was the starting point guard. Robert Sacre, yeah. Again, I mean, I really don't pay attention to anybody as much anymore right now, just because it's that thing. And I was listening to something where someone. Well, no, I mean, like I was listening to something the other day where someone was like, "This key period of my life from like 01, 04, I was like, anything in the Red Sox mattered to them. Like they were like." And I'm like, yeah, from like 08 to really 2015, like I was super into basketball. I was either like listening to podcasts all the time, looking up scores, highlights, and all that. But like since then, it's like been off and on. And really the last 3 years, it's been like, And unless it's like 2 guys who highlights I'll watch, I kind of know what's going on, but still.
Yeah, I still watch. This season, I've watched games, but not as much as I have my entire life because it's like, bro, everybody fucking shooting threes. The Lakers and the Clippers are the only 2 teams I really enjoy besides my Bulls team.
Well, I was just saying, I'm someone who became, a basketball monogamous. I mean, in terms of like, I don't have a team really anymore. Like I root for the players instead. Like I'd rather do that. But I mean, like, again, you have a team in the Bulls who are, trying to still chase the ghosts of Michael Jordan away. Like,
no, just still make the playoffs at this point. I think we 6th though right now. I gotta check the rankings, but Yeah, and then I mean we just got Gucci Man, as they call him, from the Magic.
Okay, real quick, because we're kind of doing sports talk. Sports talk, Banks and Davis.
Yeah, and I gotta do another sports episode.
Oh no,
later,
no,
but I don't
yeah.
mind.
No,
Because
but
we did a lot of content this past week, and then we got to get ready for WrestleMania on so many different shows. So,
but we're just doing ranch anyway. Like, all right, so since the Michael Jordan era in '98 ended, who have been your top 5 favorite Bulls? Not the best, your favorite.
oh, let's go. We got D Rose.
Okay.
We got Derrick Rose. We got Pooh. Nah, all right. I'm just
You're,
joking.
I was
Derrick
saying, you're
Rose.
really not gonna go dialing. Like,
I should have went that way, but you know, I was talking trash about Duke, but you know, Luol Deng did great for us, bro. Even though Coach Tibbs had him playing 45 minutes a game, his back is shot.
now, and now he's doing that with Julius Randle, right? I've just seen that on Twitter where like Julius Randle somehow like playing 54 minutes of a game, and I'm like,
But he putting up 22-11 right now, so it's working. And he's
that's
in great shape.
and see, and that's the thing, right? With Luol Deng, it's not like Luol Deng was putting up 25, 9, and 7. It was like 16, 8, and 3. Like,
Yeah, that's it. It was 18 points, 3, 4, 5 rebounds, and like 2 assists. He had him out there just playing defense.
but all right, so really, who's your list?
D Rose, of course. Kurt Heinrich,
Wow. Okay.
Luol Deng. Shit. No, I got my list, but I'm trying to see how I should do this because I want to put Nate Robinson at
I was gonna say, I think you had to put Nate Robinson. That playoff series.
he was balling.
Yeah, because again, shout out to Nate Robinson for also doing something similar with the Warriors a few years prior. Where, like he just showed up, went ape shit, and then like that's when he was just started. Like Nate Robinson will go ape shit on team to team. Like
Okay,
he'll just what?
misphrasing. He went Godzilla shit.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
He went Godzilla shit.
I
Sir.
feel like that's 4 weeks in a row where I've said something and you've been like, "What? Wait, what did you say?" I mean, again, I said that about the knees going in a certain direction, and you were like, "Whoa!" And then
Yeah,
like,
last week you said niche or something. I said what?
no. When I said about
Okay, I
Indoor-
gotta change my list already. I'm tripping. All right, just to be calm down. I messed up already. Joakim Noah at the 2.
I was about to say you can't leave Joakim Noah off just because he was like, "Who the hell wants to go to Cleveland?"
That he won a national title with Miami, even on like University of Miami.
No, not Miami, Florida. Don't you forget it. Him, Al
I'm
Horford, Torian Green,
Corey Brewer. Yeah.
Lee Humphrey, Billy Donovan. Shouts to Gators.
No, Billy Donovan is like, all right, bro. I can't even be mad. He doing right by us. I can't even be mad. I really can't. Because at first I was like, fuck. But I can't be mad. So
Yeah,
Joakim at the
Joakim
2.
Noah has to be on because again, like he was the guy who just like that energy, and then had the 1 year where he was like getting almost triple doubles and like was an MVP candidate that year.
Yeah, he made All NBA first team that year and Defensive Player of the Year.
And he was wearing like what Lecoq Sportif shoes, something like that. Like
I think because he got that deal because his pops.
yeah,
had
it was
Lecoq deal, something like that.
yeah, it was a French tennis player. Yeah.
Well, he's African, but he's African French or whatever the fuck it is.
I mean, again, they colonized Africa if you really want to go there. So like,
Yeah, that was your cousins.
no, okay, whoa. No, again, like how did France win the 2018 World Cup? Look at that team. Like, I mean, whole lot of colonization because of that. They
And
like,
guess what? They probably couldn't even get a crumpet if they wanted.
no, again, Paul Pogba, Kylian Mbappe, Matuidi, and shots to Josh. He would probably know a few more.
Yeah.
But again, definitely show up in France, and they are like, what's going on here? Like,
Ha ha ha.
holy,
The Negro are kicking the ball. Ha ha ha.
Sylvain Grenier and René Dupré, Rob Conway.
I still can't believe that was a work the whole time. With Rob Conway.
You thought his name was Robert Conway?
I thought it was.
I am from French Canada.
I mean, Pat was calling him that.
No, he was calling Savon Garnier that.
Which one is which? Well, Rob Conway from Montreal, Quebec, right?
Savon Garnier is the one who's French Canadian, and that
Okay,
was the one
Rob.
that's the one who's allegedly with Pat Patterson. Pat
So Rob
Patterson.
Conway was just like from Kentucky or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson.
You think? Never mind.
Patrick.
No, I think only his mom will call him Patrick. His.
No,
All right.
they say Patrick instead of Patrick. Patrick. No.
So it's different ways to say Patrick.
Whenever we start having guests back on it, then again, maybe we should have Avery for talk Canadian sports wrestling. Because
Oh, you want me to fall asleep? And not
we
because of Avery, but because we're gonna talk about like Canadian sports.
Oh, Avery and I could at least go an hour about hockey, and then we'll do a how come basketball. Remember when they were like Canada's going to take over the basketball? That shit did not happen. That was
At all. Because of Andrew Wiggins?
Because no, it was Anthony Bennett, Andrew Wiggins,
Anthony Bennett is from Canada. Wow, I forgot about that.
Tyler Ennis, and then
Drake.
Jamal Murray. And there's
Oh, yeah.
like four guys. So yeah, RJ Barrett now is that guy who's like going to carry the Maple Leaf.
No. Truth be told, Jamal Murray is probably the greatest player to come from Canada.
Canada? Yeah, I was about to say, like, I mean, just based off
All right, I know what you're about to say. He was skiing on the snow. Your favorite type of snow.
for
On
last year's bubble run, and then a certain video, which if you don't know, you know.
Just do your Googles. That man was on Snapchat getting a fellatio.
I mean, and he was dope at Kentucky too. I remember when he was there, like he was legit thin. So like, yeah. And then there was a whole thing too where no, not that. I mean, as a like he was one of the guys who was like, because again, Kentucky will always have hit or misses in the pros, way more than I'd say any other college team. Like, I mean, sure, like we listed the guys in UNC again, like Reggie Bullock has had a journeyman career coming from UNC. I mean, someone like PJ Harrison, could have been something more, but he had off the court shit, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
But Kentucky again, it'll be, and they'll go from Anthony Davis to Archie Goodwin. What the fuck did Archie Goodwin do in the NBA?
You gotta think like Archie. I don't expect you to do a lot of good.
I mean, they had Brandon Knight. Granted, he got murdered on the court, so it's hard to.
Like DeAndre Jordan when he had good knees.
It's hard to be reincarnated after that.
That's when Andre Jordan had good knees.
Was it really like 2 times in a month that he first it was DeAndre Jordan and then it was the Rising Stars and Kyrie Irving like buyed him there too? Wasn't like this man got embarrassed twice in like the NBA Twitter world as well? Because then it was just like, how do you go from getting dunked on to then getting your ankles broken? Like you gotta like wrap it up at that point. Like you gotta retire, go to overseas and just kill it.
Well, he kind of was overseas because he was playing for the Detroit Pistons. Never mind. I keep wanting to take it to another level.
Detroit basketball.
Man, fuck the Pistons, bro.
Yeah.
As a Bulls fan, I'm here to tell you.
Oh, I say like, yeah, you have like legit. Even though again the Pistons almost killed basketball. Like Pistons win 76 to 74 in a nail bite, like in a rock fight. Like they're like, how are we gonna win NBA games? We're just gonna like not shoot and gonna make them not shoot. And like it's like first 1 to 2 wins.
That's a great strategy. I can't even hold you. Remo Horn is like your best scorer on there, besides Joe Dumars.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Tayshaun Prince is like your third best scorer, then you gotta rethink.
Oh, you talking about the 04 team? Okay,
yeah.
All defense. Yeah.
No, I'm not
like Richard Hamilton can get you a shot.
Yeah, Rip Hamilton's like the leading scorer who was like Michael Jordan was like, you can't even wear my shoes, Rip Hamilton. How are you gonna like
when he was a rookie on the Wizards, which is hilarious.
But no, I mean, well, again, remember like, all right, so Miami after the Boston Celtics and then the Lakers, they tried to do a big, like you said, Andrew Bynum wasn't having it with like big threes. Like the Lakers, I was going to be Andrew Bynum, Pau Gasol, Kobe Bryant.
I do
then,
let me tell you this. My fault to cut you off.
No,
I do something mentally called the "Where is Andrew Bynum?" like file. Like I gotta find him. I know where he live at though, not exactly, but I know what area he lives in. But
In
people
LA?
don't see him. Yeah, he stays like in Westchester, like near Playa Vista, Marina Del Rey. He still has like 20 different cars. by the way.
You legit have a where in the world is Andrew Bynum in your own database.
When the last time you seen Andrew Bynum?
Probably the sidelines when he had that haircut.
What haircut? Remember he had 20?
That's what I mean. Like whichever
He had the R.
one.
Kelly braids with the
He had he had half the braid and then half of it unbraided, and then like he was
then he had the
bowling.
bowl cut like Dumb and Dumber.
Again, he was the one guy I remember really thinking about. Oh shit! Like just because you're tall doesn't mean you love basketball. Because like he said, like I did this shit for a check. Like what the fuck else am I gonna do? I'm 7 foot. Like, and you think I'm gonna turn down $17 million? Like his whole thing's like I want to rebuild computers from scratch. Like that's
I was
what
just
I'm
about to
into.
tell you that. That's his thing.
No,
too.
I remember I read that article about it. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, and like that's my peak fandom is like 08 to like 20. I was like, you know, this man really he's like, I want to rebuild. I'm like, or is me 5 foot nothing wants to play in the NBA so bad, like it's not gonna happen. I'm like, dude, I'm like, you could be great, you have it all, and like you're just pissing it away. I'm granted his knees were fucked up too. I mean, I can't blame him there, but still.
He probably wasn't working out. But the thing is, I'm just doing this for a check, and it's right. Because
That's when you see it as a business.
yeah, because I forgot the Bus Brother, the one that used to fucking show with a sports coat and fucking a shirt all wrinkled up. Before Jeannie Buss finally took over the Lakers.
It was Jimmy, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Buss. Yeah.
Jim Buss, yeah.
Fucking lazy, just looked like an alcoholic. He was just giving Andrew Bynum money because it was cool. Like Andrew Bynum has legit made over $50 million in the NBA.
Well, you and I kind of talked about this off air with like the fashion of rich guys. Like again, how we see like Dr. Dre. Again, look at him as a member of NWA. He's got the Raider jackets, the Dodger hats, the superstars, the shell toes. Then when you become a rich guy, you wear jeans, a Henley, and again, like you said, he's a psychopath for only wearing off-white. I mean, for all white Air Force Ones, only clean.
Hey, I forgot to tell you too before we came live on air. Yeah, when I saw him on set, first of all, that shit was like it was like Dr. Doom. You know, when you see Dr. Doom in the comics, it's just like that. He's
Dun.
Yeah, it was just like that. Like he's sitting in the fucking shadows of the producing chair, and you just see him, and then he gets up, and you're like, "Oh shit, it's Dr. Dre." Same exact outfit that he's probably wearing right now at this moment that we're recording. He was wearing
long sleeve shirt, plain long sleeve shirt, dark jeans, Air Force Ones. And again, I'm not mad at it. That's a good fit. That's a good everyday fit. And again, but I'm saying like rich guy fashion is simple shit.
Yeah, because you're not going anywhere.
And again, like, but you don't care to stunt or to flex or
And
to have
like,
drip. It's like you wear shit like it's half comfortable wear and half like again, like I don't care about what I look like. I just know I'm not gonna look shitty. I'm just gonna wear shit that looks basic.
Yeah, and then besides that, you just don't go anywhere. Like he probably in the studio every single day. Like, bro, why would I wear like a 3-piece suit when I'm just going downstairs?
Isn't that the whole story about the making of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies that they were in suits in the studio?
Yeah, and it was like a sword in the middle of the
studio. I love it. That's why I love that album. Besides it being the greatest of all time, it's just like the behind the scenes of it, the making of it.
That's what we
phenomenal.
need. We need.
Yeah, no. Well, no. There's. I've recommended it for that great YouTube essay by The Most Unruly, where he like there's some like pictures and people tell their side of the story, like what it was like being in the studio, like all that. I think like he shares an interview from the RZA where he said like, yeah, like he had all his guys in 3-piece suits. Then we take a break, go play basketball, have lunch, come back in the studio and all that. And then like there's that great picture of Kanye West, and then on a wall it's just like there's no cell phones, no tweeting, suit and ties only, shit like that, like on the wall, which is like a dope thing, but like also fucking insane.
Yeah, I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't make those sessions. Like, bro, I'm not wearing a suit. I'm looking it up right now.
Did you talk to Dr. Dre, or you just saw him?
You can't talk to Dr. Dre, bro. Come on.
I don't know. I was like, maybe he was like, "How's it going?" And you're like, "Oh shit."
You don't talk to Dr. Dre. You don't even make eye contact with people, and you understand. You like, it's Dr. Dre, bro. Like you just don't.
Unless you're
for the
Tyree,
most
he's
part,
not talking to you.
yeah, like when he first got that deal, this man showed up in a Rolls Royce. Like we celebrating. Like Tyrese, I think this is his money.
Yes, I know, that's
again.
because I've rewatched the Defiant ones. Probably top 5 documentary of all time.
Yeah, I'm catching up on old WrestleManias. I'm probably gonna throw that in today as well. I like music.
Funny enough, you can watch it where you can watch old WrestleManias. They're both on Peacock. Fucking pay us. Before we wanted Warner Brothers to pay us for Tenet Talk. Now Peacock, you gotta cut us the fucking check. New season.
Cut us the check and please redo
the network.
everything. Yeah, because I'm like, bro, I'm tired of fast forward and rewind. I'm like, this is like Impact app again.
I never dealt with the Impact app. And the reason why, because I knew it was gonna be like dog shit. I'm like, as soon as I get this, I'm gonna be like, again, Arrested Development. I've made a huge mistake.
And that's how it is on the P network. That's how it is. Like, bro, I miss the WWE network so bad. I think about that. It's one of the things like
realistically
until it's gone.
Yeah, 100%. You set up again, like, and I was one of the few people who said like I thought the network did better as of late, like in the last year. I thought it was better than it was when I first got it. Because when I first got it, I was like, this shit fucking sucks. Like, what? I'm like, and then they never did the thing what I wanted, where they should had just had a whole year and you could watch every programming of that whole year in chronological order. That way you can go through this, like the storytelling. I wish they would have done something like that. Where like you can watch, it goes from Raw to SmackDown to if there was a Sunday Night Heat and then the pay-per-view, like put it all like that. I wanted something like that, but obviously can't have everything, but I want everything type mentality that I have. But
let me choose the matches, bro. Because I'm like, last night I tried to watch Bret the Guy versus Stone Cold, and I gotta go through. Shouts out to Off the Rope. My shirt coming too.
I would say that shirt. Again, I do admit that is. I will admit that is a dope shirt. But I was like, I told you, like I can't go on the mic and say Bret Hart slander and then be like wearing that shirt behind closed doors, even though I was like, I would want a shirt like that. That shit is dope.
Yeah, so I tried to just watch that match going through that WrestleMania, and I gotta rewind or fast forward, I should say, to try to get to that. Whereas the WWE network, we get to just choose underneath.
Yeah, that's what I mean. See, before it wasn't like that before when I first got it. You had fast forward all the way through. Then they started doing the timestamps, and then they started to get a lot better from. Besides it being matches, they started doing like so and so interview, so and so confronts this person backstage. Like that's when they did a better job. And then they're like, now that it's like not finished, but now that's at a great tier. Let's sell this shit. Like let's like just wipe the fucking. Like it's literally. I'm like, why would I watch wrestling going forward when this app fucking sucks? Like,
I think I'm about to start buying DVDs again, bro. I'm not gonna even hold you.
See, everyone was like, "See, this is why I buy DVDs," and I don't know, and they're totally right. Same thing for movies and TV shows seasons. Like, if shit bounces from app to app to app, the people who buy DVDs have always been like, I could just put this shit in and watch it whenever I want. I don't have to subscribe, unsubscribe, free trial for this or that. Like, yeah, I mean, the Fast and Furious are split. They're on Peacock and then they're on HBO.
Yeah, so, like, bro, come on. See, this is why, never mind. I got my own
besides other services where you can get anything and everything
at one time. And I don't have to worry about it.
But for a more dangerous price.
For me, $15 a month.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, like that's one reason I haven't gone back to, even though the WrestleManias I picked, and we'll get to that, are 3 favorite WrestleManias, and I'll throw in a favorite NXT TakeOver. I don't know if you will or not, but
oh no, I got mine ready right now. Let me just get.
Well, I mean, again, the idea originally was 2 Manias each from us, and each of us have a takeover because, WrestleMania season coming up next week. We'll do the entire show. Will be our fantasy booking of our own WrestleMania card, basically shit that would never happen because Obviously, Banks and I will probably pick people from other promotions, but we won't do shit like we're gonna 97 Eddie Guerrero against 02 Kurt Angle, Perk Angle, shit like we're not gonna do shit like that type of fancy booking, but we'll do a fancy booking of WrestleMania next week. That'll probably be the entire show, but we wanted to give some WrestleMania content. But again, the two Manias I picked, there's another one I would pick as well, but the two I picked, and they're key moments in my life. But you just want to do that now after we've done almost an hour of improv?
Might as well.
All right. So do you want to go first? Or?
Let me make sure I got mine in order because I just don't want to say one. Or I can give you one and then you can go ahead because I know definitely.
Well, yeah. Well, again, since it's versus, we go one for one. We each go one, and I'm not putting mine in order. I'm just saying like these are my three favorite WrestleManias. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna do that too because then if I be like 1 through 3, it's gonna make me just double think it. So the first one I'll probably go with is WrestleMania 19 in Seattle.
Okay.
That Rock versus Stone Cold match was my favorite match on that card. It can be argued that that's the best match, but it's like, damn, every match on that card.
The best match on the card or between them at Mania?
No, I think it's, in my personal opinion, it's the best match on the card.
Okay.
Because it was
gonna say like,
it was
again,
the end.
Yeah.
It was the end, and it was like, I mean, the Attitude Era ended 2 years before that, but it was like this was like the closing point for both of their careers. I mean, be it that The Rock did come back a couple of times, but it wasn't the same after that. I mean, he got older besides that, and then it just worked out before his career really, really took off. And this is the end for Stone Cold, who his body just was taking off.
Yeah, because if you've ever watched that, it's weird they never put it on the network at all. But I had the WrestleMania 20 DVD, and it was on there, a Mania Behind the Mania, which is a story of WrestleMania 19. And again, I would watch it as a kid, and it's really breaking kayfabe in a way. Yeah. But I'm still like, I'm still believing it's real, but I'm also like, this is kind of weird and interesting. Like they're like this, because then there's a whole like Stone Cold had the panic attack the day before Mania and all that.
Had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, because he was like he was so fucking nervous. But they said he was always nervous before matches, but that more than ever because everyone knows at that time in his life with Deborah was terrible, and then again like his body was shot and he was still trying to go through it. Like he was like he had already kind of taken his ball and gone home, but he was trying to come back, do it again, son.
I wonder if that's on YouTube.
It probably is. That's probably where you can watch it now. But again, I was just shocked that they never put it on the network because it's such a great piece of original documentaries that they've done before. That's been their whole new thing now, and which is essentially why they sold to Peacock. I think is Peacock wanted those instead of I think Peacock wanted those in the live pay-per-views compared to the archives, which I wish they would have just sold them live pay-per-views and original content, and then keep the WWE network alive for the archives only.
We talked about that too. It was just like, why not just do that instead?
Yeah,
like I said, the network. And
I would have paid for both. I would have paid to have Peacock for the live pay-per-views, obviously, to keep up on it, and then if this is where you can only watch the Ruthless Aggression docs or anything they're going to put out going forward, then fuck it. All right, but. Yeah, WrestleMania 19. I've only really watched it once, or it's not one I go back to. Again, just because WrestleMania 20 is my first WrestleMania. So it's like you said, this is really the start of the Ruthless Aggression era in terms of like everything going forward. Like, it's Stone Cold's swan song. The Rock, funny enough, like I think his thing would have been going forward is essentially what Brock Lesnar does now. I think, and what The Rock kind of did for those 2 years. If they didn't fuck him over in 2005, The Rock probably would have at least come back every year for a match at Mania. Because again, he did that WrestleMania 20 with The Rock and Sock versus Evolution, and he probably would have wanted to do it for 2005 or a year in between his return in 2011 of, hey, I'll come back. I'll do a big match at Mania, and and we can just keep this thing going because like he was kind of almost done in 02 as well.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else from that card sticks out for you? Again, it's the famous Kurt Angle Brock Lesnar match, famous for the ending.
That behind the scenes was great too, because they talked about how Kurt Angle neck is broken freaking neck.
Yeah, so he's already wrestling with a fucked up neck, and then Brock Lesnar almost breaks his own neck.
Yeah. And he got instant CTE from doing the shooting star press, which is still insane. And then you just see him backstage not taking the neck brace. So
and pushing people off. He's like, "Get the fuck away from me!" And they're like, "Brock." It's sort of like how they handle elephants at like a circus, trying to put it back in its cage. And you see like 4 50-year-old men, Pat Patterson, Briscoe, and all like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna calm this guy down? This guy would fucking kill you if he touched you. Like, just let him be. But yeah, I mean, it has the Hulk Hogan, Mr. McMahon street fight, which
fuck the Hollywood blonde jabroni Hulk Hogan.
I mean, again, the whole story of that was who.
Hey, the best thing about that match though was when he came up with the blood on his face. Yeah, because he's
cinema.
Because Vince kills it with the facial expressions all the time.
Triple H against Booker T in the most ridiculous storyline ever conceived, but against Triple H don't make sense. Shawn Michaels against Chris Jericho. It starts the show with Matt Hardy against Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio has a Daredevil attire. That shit was dope.
Rey Mysterio always on time with that. Remember?
Next year he's the Flash, and I see Rey Mysterio. I'm like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. That's probably why I still kept watching wrestling. I'm like, he's dressed like the Flash. Like
if it's a movie that's coming out, he probably gonna dress close to the character.
Well, 05, he has the Mexican flag type attire. 06, he comes out like that head Aztec like headwear, all that, and then 07 he's injured. 08,
the Joker, right? When he beat
the Joker is 09.
He made JBL quit. That's when he retired.
Yeah, that was fucking. Oh my god. 2010 it's Avatar. 2011 it's Captain America, and then 2012 I think he already gone by then. Yeah, or injured again because he was off and on injured for the early 2000s
with the knees. He had to get his German surgery.
Yeah. WrestleMania 35 in New York, he was funny enough Mysterio. In that like 4-minute match with Samoa Joe, which was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, but yeah, Rey Mysterio. No, he was Dark Knight Batman in 2012 SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he was. Let's see.
Yeah, because again, that was where Dark Knight Rises had just come out. He was Silver Surfer, I think, in 07, or like he was just like showed up in like a silver mask, silver pants, but like in like his body kind of spray painted silver, if I remember correctly. Yeah. But Rey Mysterio again, always king of the attire. Again, I still feel bad I didn't pick him in my, like I said last week, I think I didn't pick him in my top 15 greatest workers. But again, the Undertaker comes out to fucking Limp Bizkit because MAGA.
Yeah, no, nothing is incel-esque. Like, keep rolling.
MAGA, Blue Lives, all that shit. Just
Yeah, that bleeds it. That bleeds Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Even though again, Limp Bizkit did have like probably the greatest hype song for a wrestling promo with "My Way" for The Rock, Stone Cold at WrestleMania X7.
It's been 20 years since that.
I know.
That's probably I should have put that, even though we're not doing the chronological order. If I had to choose my favorite WrestleMania of all time, that's number one.
But that's I think the one that everyone does say because it's that match and it's the best match they've had at WrestleMania because they had the trilogy, which again crazy that they were the only thing to like have a trilogy at Mania. And again, it was every 2 years.
Or what you want to talk about?
Well, I'm saying, I mean, we can talk about it before I give my pick. Yeah.
Okay. This is a hot take. This from me. All right. I believe that Stone Cold versus The Rock match in 2001 is the greatest WWF match ever.
WWF,
not wrestling match. WWF ever. If we want to do overall wrestling, it's somewhere in the top 5, top 10. Like that's pro wrestling in a nutshell. That match right there. And then it was they talked about it. JR, I was listening to what he was saying the other day about that, like how the decision was ultimately like, all right, just give it a shot about Stone Cold turning heel.
And it was
now,
Steve Austin's decision.
Yeah, long term, it didn't work out. But at that moment, with JR commentating, Paul Heyman commentating, the guy,
Paul Heyman,
bro, like that's perfect. Everything about that match is perfect, especially the ending. Like when Vince come out and everybody's confused to the end with the 20,000 damn cheer shots. Like, bro, that's in my opinion the greatest match in WWE history.
And a great,
it's crazy.
Great stadium, the Astrodome, so like a perfect venue for it. It was again like everything's bigger in Texas. Like the Houston, we have a problem. All that, just like the grandest scale, both besides the name WrestleMania, but like it's a pack again. Like this, like wrestling will never be bigger than it was right then and there. Like because again, not because it was like it, the ratings were still fucking insane in 01. It's like they had made the most money the year before. And it was like they were riding the wave of these two guys, and it was like the culmination of what had happened 2 years again. WrestleMania 15 and 99. Again, that's only like every 2 years they had a WrestleMania match. 99, 01, 03. Fucking crazy. And again, it was a great storytelling in 03 where like like The Rock finally wins. Like he beats Stone Cold at WrestleMania after trying twice and not being able to do it, losing the title both times.
Right. So that match definitely is the whole 01 card. Like I've seen people say that's probably the greatest WrestleMania.
Yeah, they say it from it's actually because again the official TLC tag match. And again that time they include Lita, Rhino, and Spike Dudley, and they have their run-ins. So again, so it's also a grander storytelling match for those three teams fighting each other because they had, like the year before, like they hit each other with everything. And then it's like, all right, this time it's officially tables, ladders, and chairs. You got the redacted Wolverine against Kurt Angle and like
a wrestling match.
And a match that started ROH. Like, this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
This shit.
Like, for the rest of our career, even in 2021.
Yeah, even in 2021. Like mat work, holds, submission, like,
don't calm down, Vert Gagne.
Don't hit the ropes. Yeah. Don't hit the ropes. Right. All you do is transition, just arm lock to leg lock. Yeah.
Now that's what I want to say. If people want to see wrestling and not sports entertainment, there you go. That's probably the best wrestling match.
And then there's
has produced.
Everyone would say that, like, I mean, this match isn't bad, but Triple H against The Undertaker. Again, that was like the whole like. And I mean, their matches at Mania always sucked, no matter what.
The Hell in a Cell one was actually fire. I had to.
No, it wasn't. Don't defend that. Don't defend that. It's 45 minutes of them fucking taking. You talk about like Pat Ewing on the Magic and Elijah won on the Raptors. That's that match. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, look, they blew up fast, especially.
And then, I mean, and sure, like everyone would say, like, because again, they had the Shawn Michaels spots where like he hits him with the super kick, like, oh, no, not again, because like everyone knows the Triple H. I'm going over. Like, I'm gonna break the streak. Why? Because I wrote it.
Why is everybody talking about that near fall too? Like, we know.
And again, though, in the 1 year before, we're like, it only has that dope spot where Undertaker runs at Triple H and Triple H spine brushes him through the plastic cage that Michael Cole was sitting in. Other than that, it was
I liked it. I'm trying to. What else was on that? That was the one. Was it in Florida? I'm trying to remember what else was on that.
Atlanta in WrestleMania 20 in 2011, or are you talking about the Hell in a Cell match in 2012, 28?
2012. That's on that card.
That's Rock Cena 1. That's Jericho CM Punk. That's Team Johnny, Team Teddy. That's Cody Big Show. That's Daniel Bryan losing in 18 seconds
to Sheamus.
Yep, that's
okay. Let's move on. We don't talk about no more.
Kane, Randy Orton. I think Maria Menounos and Kelly against Eve and Beth Phoenix or someone. But yeah, again, like you said, that probably the best. And I think you worded it perfectly because like the matches in the WWF Attitude Era, weren't matches; they were schmozes, and they wrestling. It was spots, not even spots. It was just bullshit first match, wrestling second.
Yeah.
That one, like again, because Stone Cold was always a guy who's like, I can work. Vince, I can work. I can go out there. I can put him in a fucking hammerlock, transition to an ankle lock to a double leg. Like I can work. And The Rock, underrated worker. Like The Rock's capable of having really good, like he can wrestle when he wants to. It was just a thing like he didn't have to.
Correct.
Like he was a star on the mic, and then when it came to like the match again, like the attitude there was like bullshit first, and then it's gonna end in some bullshit. Like,
well, once again, like I told people a couple months ago, Vince told y'all sports entertainment.
Yeah, but again, like The Rock, like, and that's something like everyone's like, I don't hate, like you hate The Rock. I don't hate The Rock. I hate Dwayne Johnson. There's a huge difference. The Rock could work, and like in a moment like that, he did. Like that was again probably the best wrestling match of his career, because again they hit each other with everything, and then like in the steel chair shots. But again, that's probably the best hype video. My Way to Limp Bizkit, and it's them and the I will give every ounce of sweat, drop of blood, like I have to beat you, and then like Stone Cold's like, you think I'm gonna lose WrestleMania? Like, and then when the Jim Ross sit down and like they show like them hitting the beers and looking at each other, like it was just, it sums up everything that happened in the previous weeks just like perfectly. Like even if you've never watched,
wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, no, that was the whole thing. I think they wanted to go subtle with it because they were both faces in the way. It was like it was about respect this time because The Rock had become the face when Austin was gone with the neck injury. It was like, so now it's like, you're back, I'm the guy now. Like, and I'm not saying you weren't the guy, but like you're gonna have to beat me to show you are.
Mm-hmm.
And they did that bullshit with Deborah, like she's gonna manage The Rock, which is like, oh. The Rock's like, I don't care about Deborah. Like, hey, yo, fuck that bitch. Like, he's like,
now you know the behind scenes about all that, right?
About why that happened?
No, well, you heard what her goofy ass said about. So I can't even find it, which is crazy. I remember a couple of years ago, I saw a shoot interview when she was talking about how before they split, how Stone Cold was wilding out, and he was talking about her being a lover.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but she said the full word too. I said
no in this video.
I can't find it, bro.
She said that Stone Cold said that about her.
Yeah,
interesting. So Stone Cold's gonna be like, Chris Jericho, you out here being old. Meanwhile, Chris Jericho's like, hey Steve, I heard about you. Like,
I mean, bro, the thing is, they said he was whooping on her.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it here, but it is there.
No, it was like where did I say this? Didn't you and I talk about it recently? It was like there was a time where like he showed up and like his face was like fucked up because of her. I think
that definitely wasn't here. She was beating on him as well.
I think so.
Okay, that's a toxic side of relationship. Nobody shouldn't have been in that.
No, that's really what it came down to. At the end, it was like they were done with each other. Yeah, she went from Mongo McMichael, a bum as a wrestler, to like the biggest star in wrestling history.
Bro, they be passing them hoes around. It's just like the entertainment.
You said this. That this is your theory again. Like every city we go.
Like that's what I'm saying. They just pass them around, bro. Like,
again,
you on the road.
No. It's again. It's that's the thing. I mean, Lita went from Matt Hardy to Edge to CM Punk. I mean,
to now by herself. That's so funny about like, bro. Like, Matt Hardy got a wife that be tripping all the time. She a goofy, but he married with like 5 kids.
You think he's still like Amy?
He better not be. He better not.
Maybe no. He definitely is. After that, like after almost breaking his damn head open, that was the first thing that came back. He was like, "Am I in 04? And I'm in 04? Where's Amy at?"
Bro,
they're like Matt. They're like, Matt, It's 2020.
You know what's so
You're not with Amy. He's like, I'm not with Amy anymore.
Who is Amy, bro?
What? He said, what happened? It's like,
He just come up doing this.
She cheated on you. With who? With Edge. Adam.
No, CM Punk. CM Punk.
He would have been like, who?
The guy that was in ROH. What's ROH?
You'll be there in about 10 years.
Yo, you crack nah. Yo, yeah, I'm thinking you talk about. Yeah, I'm getting the time mixes up. Yeah,
you see on Punk. Yeah, no. Remember, we'll talk about this when the anniversary approaches because it'll be 10 years this year. But remember when CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb, he's like, maybe I'll win the WF title and maybe I'll go to Ring of Honor. I was like, what the fuck?
Man,
I'm like,
don't take that title to Ring of Honor.
I was like, did he just say again, like fanboy, like he said he would go, like he said Ring of Honor. You're not supposed to say that.
Guess who else said who? Vince.
And then he's like, then maybe I'll go to New Japan. I'm like, what the fuck is New Japan? Like
even Vince is like, what?
Because I only remembered like Japanese, like again, I just think like guys would be like they wrestled in Japan. Like I didn't know like what promotions they were. Like right. I mean, when I would read PWI, I wouldn't know which is which really. They'd be like, he's a pro wrestling Noah champion and like New Japan champion. I'm like, so like, what does that mean? And then like Dragon Gate. I'm like, what the fuck's Dragon Gate? I'm like, they don't just have one over there. like there's not just WWF. Like I get wrong me to think that because they have Impact and then Ring of Honor and then PWG and all that. But I'm like, damn.
Old Japan wrestling, New Japan.
I got All Japan, New Japan. That's like the meme. You can bring whoever. You can bring All Japan, New Japan, Old Japan.
It don't matter. CM Punk in 2. Like, bro.
that might be the name of the episode. CM Punk in 2.
Right. Because I'm like, bro, I remember being a kid. The only reason why, once again, the guy that got me into pro wrestling, Bam Bam Bigelow. I remember they talked about him being in Japan. I was like, yeah. I was a little kid. I'm like, bro.
As a kid, you just hear they're in Japan. And I'm also like, wait, Japan, what state is that in? Like,
right. I'm a little kid. Damn, where's Japan?
No, for real. I remember like when I was definitely was probably a third grader. My brother's in kindergarten. My dad's like, his teacher is going to Boston. I'm like, how far is that from here?
6
like, no, like, but I'm thinking like Boston's in California. Like,
Boston, California. Well, up north, basically, it kind of is Boston. Your area.
Oh, God. See, that's when we start doing guest again, when we have the family Public Enemies on and just talk about California as a state, that'll be a fucking crazy episode.
No, that's definitely gonna be a top 5 podcast episode ever on any platform. Because, bro, we about to give y'all some history lessons.
But so yeah, WrestleMania 19. Does it being in Seattle also have because Pearl Jam and you does that factor in as well? So they got Eddie Vedder to perform instead of Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit.
No, actually, they had John Cena. We're gonna say they had John Cena perform.
Oh, because
he was there, but at the same time to perform the Undertaker thing. No, John Cena was out there freestyling against Fabulous.
Against it was supposed to be Morgan as Vince Staples calls him Fabulous.
Fabulous, whoever, yeah. Fabulous, the guy that.
Well, again, do you remember Again, I don't know if this was legit or not. That they reached out to Jay-Z and he considered it, but they said he wasn't picking up. They weren't going to pay enough. That's a theory.
It's a word.
I know, but could you imagine that?
Oh no, damn Jay-Z, bro.
Can you imagine
Ace to the Izzo?
I'm saying like if they got Jay-Z, what? Because Black Album's 2003 as well, right?
But that's the end of 2003.
I know what I'm saying, but like that's fine. So they got this. They would get Jay-Z, who top of the chain.
This is after Blueprint too.
When that's what I mean. No, but I'm saying, but like, so the guy who's like gonna walk away from the game at like the peak to go up against, we're like basic thugonomics.
In a rap battle? That's what they said, right?
That was the idea.
They lying. Jay-Z, bro.
John Cena would have been like, again, like
because he would have said some wild shit about Beyonce.
I know he would have again, like he was saying like,
and Benny Siegel would have socked the hell out of him. This is when Rockefeller was in their prime, bro.
Can you remember? Oh god.
I think this is around the time Beans got locked up or is about to get locked up. So
that's what I mean. John Cena shows up. New York Yankees jersey. Maybe he would have put it on the Boston jersey. He would have showed up with the Red Sox jersey. Would have gone full some shit about Beyonce.
Got that.
If
Oh, I didn't even think about Bleak.
he definitely no. He would.
Bleak would have really snuck.
John Cena definitely would have been after One Night with Me, your girl will be having Destiny's Child, some shit like that. John Cena definitely would have said some shit like that.
That was a pretty good bar, bro.
I can. You didn't hear me on BRP on Thursday, right?
No, I haven't listened to the episode yet. I'm behind.
I did something similar on my intro, so yeah.
Okay, and what happened? Everybody was just like, womp womp.
No, they were like, oh,
that was a bar, though. I can't even hold you.
No, I can have bars, but it's they're white boy bars, so they're sea level.
You and the little
maybe.
Dude, I ain't calling him by his name, but you know that they got the TV show Dave. I ain't calling him by his name, his rap name.
Fuck that.
That's
fuck
you.
that.
Y'all about to be in a faction.
Nah. Never. You couldn't fucking pay me.
Nah, DWB, Dirty White Boys.
I ain't trying to be in a fucking.
Y'all gonna be the new Nasty Boys. Brian Knobs. And I forgot the other one name.
Sorry, I got distracted for a second.
I could tell. Oh, okay. What'd she say?
It's redacted. What?
I'm gonna come over and we're gonna.
Well, no, she's already coming over tonight. That's already planned. It was just she said something. I was but all right. So WrestleMania 19 was on yours. All right. So you know what? I'll go same time frame almost. WrestleMania 21. WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
I hate that one for some reason.
Really?
Other than Kurt Angle,
Shawn Michaels, probably the greatest match of the Ruthless Aggression era.
Probably.
Yeah.
Other than that, and then the Money in the Bank match, I really didn't mess with it like that. Because it was Rey Mysterio versus
Eddie Guerrero, tag champions versus each other. Open the show.
You know what? I love it. Of course, don't get me wrong, but we've seen it so many times, man. We saw it at MCW.
Again, it's hard to top the Mask versus title match at Halloween Havoc '97. It's still a solid opener. Again, this is prelude to the Custody for Dominic match later in the year. But I saw this live on pay-per-view, and this was that time where hardcore wrestling fan at 10 years old. My dad that year in 05, shouts to them, got me a good amount of the pay-per-views. But I saw this one live. He would get the replays when I would come over on the weekends. But Sunday night, I was like, Mom, it's WrestleMania. I gotta stay. I can't miss. And again, the whole card had me happy. It was John Cena's challenging JBL, Batista's challenging Triple H, and I was rooting for both of them. These are gonna be my guys, and they were my guys already. But when Batista made that face turn, I was like, yeah, yeah.
He was the little dude that popped up that wasn't supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious. I thought that was a work back then. The little ass red off screen.
Yeah. I was like,
I gotta watch that video again when they break it down. How did Batista not see him?
Oh yeah, I can't remember if I saw that Monday Night Raw live where he did because that had me hyped. That had me hyped too. I was like, shit.
Look, David, something.
Well, not oh shit, because I was 10 years old. I was like, oh geez.
No, you definitely said oh shit. Davis, don't say that.
Well, I was with my dad because my dad wouldn't give a fuck.
Just like now. Listen, Davis, I'm the new X-Pac in this way. Y'all, I was there. You know how you say he was there for everything? That's me. I might be the new I was there. Because I was there watching that live. I was there watching when Randy Orton got thrown off the top of Batista's shoulder.
Oh, yeah. No, again, see, I didn't see that live. So my dad would record the Raws. He would TiVo on, then on the weekend I come over, catch up. But yeah, no, I for some reason I think I do remember seeing that one live for some reason. I don't know why.
I saw
maybe but
and that was I'm putting myself over year for Triple H.
Wait, so just that year, not the previous 5?
Give me some time to think about it, but definitely that year.
No. That year he put over Dave because it was his. He put over Batista because that was his mission. Because crazy. See, this is what I mean. Craziest thing in history that Triple H has more respect for Batista, who's almost a peer to him. Because again, they're closer in age than Triple H and Randy Orton. And again, Randy Orton was supposed to be Triple H's handpicked guy, and Triple H only put Randy Orton twice. And Triple H put Batista over 3 times in a row in 05. And then finally got his in 2019, which is like, I hate that match. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
I respect Batista for having the old school mindset of like, you return the favor. He put me over. I will put him over now. And again, I'm a bigger star now outside of wrestling, so it doesn't matter to me. Like, and doing the honors. Again, we're maybe Batista's a top 15. Nah. Damn.
I mean, if you
top 25 for me, I'd say for sure.
Yeah, because if you put him in the top 15, I think because he came in the game at a later age and went from that to where he is right now as a great actor you can on the basis.
But I'm factoring everything. Like, solid moveset for a big guy. Again, him power bombing, like, or I mean, he'd mainly do the spine buster because like no way he was going to give the Great Khali a power bomb.
No. But even John Cena had problems putting him on his back. He was like, bro.
Yeah, no, that's him. But Batista they tried to treat Batista again. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, the co-main event is John Cena, JBL. The main event's Batista, Triple H. And they thought Batista was going to be the bigger star. And I almost thought the same thing. And I was a fan of both of them. But like, I was mainly a fan more of John Cena because of the jerseys and all that. And at the time, he stopped with the throwbacks and had the Chain Gang Soldier jersey. Imagine wearing a jersey that says Chain Gang Soldier, which I mean, if someone has a vintage one, I will pay for that.
You probably could. You probably could find it. It's just gonna cost you like $250 or $300.
Yeah, but again, I wanted that chain with the this is how we should know when he was coming with a spinner belt. He already had the US spinner belt, but he had the spinner chain. And then a few weeks later, after beating JBL, the spinner belt falls from the ceiling. And I think he's wearing the Edmonton Oilers Gretzky jersey, if I'm not mistaken, on that episode.
Yeah, I hate that damn title to this day.
Nah, the greatest title ever, besides the big old belt, of course. But
yeah, again, R Superstar, he put the R on that shit.
Yeah, that was bad. But no, this WrestleMania again, like the commercials. Remember they did the parodies of the movies. Yeah, that was great. Even funny enough, as much as a movie lover I am, I wasn't watching it. I didn't know any of the references at that point. I'm 10 years old. I don't know what Pulp Fiction is. If I knew what Pulp Fiction was at 10, you should have been worried about me.
Well, I've seen that as a kid.
But not at 10.
I was somewhere around there.
Okay, I saw it at 14, 15.
Yeah, no, I saw it way before that. I saw it around that age.
But yeah, I didn't even see, I think, Forrest Gump at that time. So the whole Eugene being Forrest Gump, did not understand it, but I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. Just like I thought.
They wrong for that shit. Now that I think about it, I'm like, all right, they wrong.
Now, again, we all know everything about Eugene is wrong now in hindsight. But again, they did that. See the Kurt Angle, Christy Hemme, when Harry met Sally, Orgaz had no idea that I'll have what she's having was, again, because he's like, tap, tap, tap. And then she's like, it's like hilarious.
He in that big ass sweater, Kurt Angle.
He has the Billy Crystal hairpiece and then the Billy Crystal sweater. It's fucking hilarious.
And that's when he started looking like a thumb because he couldn't move his neck or anything.
Like the thumbs from Spy Kids.
Yeah, he was just standing like this in that tight ass sweater. He couldn't move.
Yeah, I had no idea the Undertaker Dirty Harry thing. John Cena and JBL, A Few Good Men.
No, he was crying tears of joy.
Oh, 100%. But I had no idea. But again, I'm not like he's breaking kayfabe by doing the commercial, which is like he did that 4 years later. Everyone's like, "This is dumb. What's he doing?" And I would agree, but like he did the punk, damn well Mark Calloway's like, "Fuck yeah, that's the shit."
Right. This is a real man's movie.
I mean, there's the Triple H as the Braveheart again, puts himself where he's like, "I've beaten giants and men by the hundreds." Yeah, because you booked the finishes, Paul.
Yeah.
But then
sledgehammer or some type of like
interference. Yeah, and then Ric Flair's like, "We're going to WrestleMania!" Like at the all-time Ric Flair is a comedy character. again the Eugene match the year prior. That year he does the whole after beating Carlito at Unforgiven in 05, he does the limo celebration where like he's got women and pills and fucking champagne. He walks out and he falls right on the fucking concrete. Ric Flair, all-time legend, all-timer. But yeah, no, the commercials are great. They had the "Are you talking to me?" With everyone. Yeah. No, they were great. And you can again
Show Benjamin doing it.
Yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin does Gladiators like tonight. I'll raise hell, son. Ugh. I mean, that's the bad part. Why don't you like this WrestleMania?
It just didn't hit. You know, certain WrestleManias that I watch and it's like, all right, it was just.
I'll agree with that. Certain ones don't hit, but
so I wouldn't say I didn't like it. It just didn't.
I mean, it does for me because like the ladder match, Money in the Bank, never see anything like that. I didn't see TLC from X7 until years later. I'd only seen highlights.
Damn, bro, you young. I was
watching. But I can see it as a full match till years later. I mean, I had only seen the highlights. I'm like, and again, anytime they showed a ladder match promo package, those spots are in it. The Jeff Hardy Swanton, the Edge Spear, but like this, Shelton Benjamin ran up a fucking ladder, and I'm like, and then fucking.
Is he the only one? Other than Edge and Christian, or no, just Edge from that match that's still working
right now? Jericho.
I thought Jericho had the match with Christian.
Nope.
That's Canadian dollar. Oh, that's 04.
That's 20, yeah. See, this is how you know Christian greater than Edge. Christian walks out of WrestleMania 20 with Trish Stratus.
Yeah, off of a bet. And it was a problematic bet. Yo,
true. But I mean,
one day we're gonna have that conversation about how Vince McMahon was out here just like wilding on Trish Stratus for no reason.
No, oh yeah. No, we kind of talked about that on BRP briefly because we had the Trish Stratus dope or nope conversation. Trish Stratus obviously dope. I mean, besides, I see what I was gonna.
I'm trying not to say too much here because I've been things.
Well, I was gonna say like if you type Trish Stratus in the Twitter gifs, you see a bunch of like, God damn, Twitter is horny for Trish Stratus. Like it is insane. And I said, you know what?
Bad as a motherfucker.
Pressure. Then like WWE slogan. Then, now, forever.
Still look good.
Mount Rushmore for me of WWE divas, women superstars, all time. Mount Rushmore, Trish Stratus. Probably number one overall pick. And she Canadian, so until next Stallion.
Can we do NXT as well?
Yeah.
You know my number one overall pick.
No. Oh, Tony Storm?
No, don't do that to me. You know, me and Graham. Look, when he come on here or I go on Public Enemies.
Oh yeah, Kaden Carter.
Yeah, we're gonna play Same Girl with Usher. Because he said the same thing, like "Same Girl." You don't know about that song?
No, it's like no. I just know like isn't like we fell for the same. Like yeah, it isn't like.
I can't. I'll send it.
Isn't it? Wait, isn't it him and
the redacted? No, the redacted Kelly.
Oh, it is him and R. Kelly. Then wait, so is it? Don't Omarion and someone have a similar? Trey Songz have a similar song?
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, speaking of which, it's a movie I gotta watch that WWE Films put out with Trey Songz and Fetty Wap. Yes, it exists, bruh.
What kind of name generator bullshit is that?
Look,
they're like spin the wheel.
So me and my co-host Nico, shouts out to him on Struggle for Success Network. We just had a conversation about that the day before yesterday. WWE Films, yeah, bro.
No, that was the thing. Like, there was only probably like 3 or 4 WWE films that like have no wrestlers in them,
and that's one of them.
Yeah, it's not Slight, right? Because Slight is one of them. But anyway, WrestleMania.
I just want to know who was the casting director and the producer that said, you know what, we need Trey Songz. Let's ask Vince about Trey Songz. Yeah,
you know damn well he doesn't like unless a WWE superstar is in those. He has no. Even then, like if after the first 4, he's like, you know, fuck this.
Let's get that guy, Trey Songz. I can't help but wait. I love that song. Just gotta make it. Nah. Look what you done started.
But no, that WrestleMania. I mean, I remember having the Raw magazine after like the post WrestleMania of that. But no, see, WrestleMania maybe because again, maybe it's like at the height of my childhood fandom, like only thing I care about is Yu-Gi-Oh, wrestling, Harry Potter, and Legos. Like,
man was out here. It's time to do.
Yes, 100%. If it was like, oh, you gotta put that in the intro for me.
What? It's time to duel.
Yeah, it's time to duel.
Well, you and your rival, y'all like Yu-Gi-Oh. You know a lot.
Oh, I know. That's the shitty thing.
Y'all gotta figure it out. Y'all gotta have a Yu-Gi-Oh competition.
And that man's like 50 years. And that man's like 50 years old, like in Yu-Gi-Oh. Shit.
In the face, yeah.
Yeah.
But he built like a 45-year-old stepmom. So.
But yeah, no, I mean, the greatest Money in the Bank ladder match ever is that one. Redacted Wolverine fucking headbutts from the top of the ladder.
Bro, what? Compared to the one last year, the women's?
Come on. No, last year it was the same match, remember?
Oh, yeah, my fault.
Cinematic match. What? I mean, what match? Wait, which one are you thinking of?
The Money in the Bank. No. I'm just thinking like I thought it was split. I'm tripping. I haven't seen Money in the Bank since it was live last year.
There really hasn't been good Money in the Bank women's matches. Sadly.
No, but I was just thinking about that one specifically, but I forgot it was combined into one. I'm going with that one.
The cinematic one.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. It was bad.
I've heard either people really like it like me or they really hate it.
I mean, the Asuka spot was the only good thing about it, where she was like, they're like, what? And then she just falls right on top of them.
You know, AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan walking to Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Is
not doing coke. Shot like really realistic. You're in Vince McMahon's office and he's not doing lines. Come on.
No, but he just looked like he probably was just off of it. His eyes as big as hell.
Yeah, but what? I mean, the Randy Orton Undertaker match. I thought Randy Orton was going to break the streak. I wanted him to. This was after he RKO'd Stacy Keibler, and I'm like, wow, why would you do that? Like, do you not see her? I'm like,
that's his forte. It has been and always will be.
But again, he did the thing where like he was trying like
Randy Orton, Randy Organ.
Nah.
No, that's Randy Organ.
I mean, and not for this match, at least not for this match. This is again when you and I one day will have the Randy Orton convo. This will be like, all right, the argument to be made about Randy Orton top 5. It's this match, really only this match. And
he was doing that when he was 24 years old or somewhere around that.
He might have been 24 still or almost 25. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like in this match, he worked his ass off, and like the Undertaker, like again one of the few like Undertaker can wrestle matches. Not a lot of even and it has the great ending where like he goes for the tombstone. Undertaker like puts his body momentum backwards, and then like I was like so disappointed that Randy Orton did not win and break the streak because they had hyped it up. That was the first time they really hyped it up like that. Like because the next year going forward, it was someone's gonna have to break the streak, and Randy was like, "Well, do," because again, I'm a legend killer.
Right. Remember he tried to grab on Stu Hart. Stu Hart threw that hand at him.
Well, in the build up to this, he RKO's Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah. Now,
what else? Again, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle. I mean, we have the man who's better than Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels against the man who would become Kurt Angle. So it's literally
a couple months before he became Kurt Angle.
Maybe this is the warning signs because he was like on one.
Yeah. No, bro. He was. Didn't he do the moonsault spot in this?
No, maybe. But this is the one where like him pulling down the straps.
Going crazy.
And then doing the leg lock with the ankle lock was like, oh, he's a fucking killer now.
Then
like,
he laid down on it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he grabs it, lays down, and then like does a leg lock to cover it. Like for the when that happened, I was like, oh my, like.
No, he was going 0 to 100 real quick.
That's what I mean. I think this is like, and again, hindsight 2020, like, oh shit.
He was up here trying to be freaky with sensational Sherry.
He came out and was doing like the Shawn Michaels entrance with sensational Sherry.
Tweaking.
he wrestled Marty Jannetty and they had a good match, mainly because Kurt Angle. And then like they gave Marty Jannetty a contract and they're like 2 weeks later, yeah, Marty, you're fired. Why? Because you're an alcoholic lunatic.
You out here killing women. Can't do it, bro.
But yeah,
he
that
was
match,
doing that as well too.
and that match I think is like he gives him the angle slam into the pole, like,
Yeah.
and with like, and his leg hits it, and I just was like, I really didn't know work rate back then, but I knew something special was happening in that match.
No,
Like-
Kurt was tweaking. Yeah, he might have been Kurt Angle at that point.
Yeah, no, it's all time. And again, I mean, I love it's one of the great stages. It has the red curtain, like, and the the what do they call the old movie signs? Shit, I thought there was an actual like name for the.
I think it is.
Fuck, I can't remember, but it has the red carpet entrance, all that. The Akibono shit did suck with Big Show, but again, like I said a few weeks ago, everything with Big Show is terrible. Shouts to Eve for knowing that. Like I said, like anyone for agreeing with, like anyone, anything about nothing good has happened with the Big Show ever. Nothing. And the only thing that could come close is him throwing off Kurt Angle and then Kurt Angle being like, "Splat." That's the only good thing in Big Show's history.
Like Wyote Coyote, he was out here like,
Yeah. And the blood was like behind his head, like he had cracked his damn head open.
the only other good thing is when he debuted at St. Valentine's Day Massacre in '99.
But yeah, and then the Carlitos Cabana the Piper's Pit with Stone Cold, and then Carlito shows up. Yeah, not good. Racist piece of shit, Hulk Hogan saving Eugene from Muhammad Hassan, also not good.
It will be against Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah, damn well he was like, but then again, Muhammad's like, bro, I'm Italian. He's like, sure, and then said racist shit afterwards. Like, yeah,
Sheer bronze nigga.
he said the sand
Yeah.
slur. He said that one.
You know what I'm saying, brother nigga?
But yeah, great WrestleMania. What was the other thing? Christy Hemme again. Trish Stratus. Again, I saw Trish Stratus. I was like, God. And then Christy Hemme was a Playboy girl. I remember my grandfather had that Playboy. I might have taken a look at it. Yep. Around that time.
Yo, grandfather's nasty.
Well, he's not my grandfather anymore. He was my dad's stepdad.
Well, yo, stepfather, granddad is nasty, man. For having that Playboys in the early 2000s, bro.
And then remember, because Triple H is the star, he has to come out to Motorhead performing live, even though it sounds like shit. Like, get over your shoulder, ready to run, like a smell again. Like, okay, like we get it, but still, great WrestleMania again. Like, love it. Yeah. All right, Banks, that's your second WrestleMania.
I already did a second one. Technically, WrestleMania 2001. Yeah.
X7.
17.
It's not 17. It's X7. That's how they.
I know they trying to do the Greek numerology system.
They
or whatever.
did. They did. No, they did X and then wrote out 7. Like they were on some. When I really watched Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, because again, like that's when you want to be auteur in cinema, you write out shit. You don't do the number. They did the number next year. They did X8 for 18.
Right, people on the south. What the hell? It's an X7. It's 10-7. I learned out about that.
It's not 7. It's not 750. It's X7.
X750.
Maybe that's the name of the episode.
X750.
X750. Oh.
They was confused by that. X750. Like a concert card.
Write that down. Oh, I don't want to forget that.
Yeah, I got you.
It's not 50. It's like 7-50. Oh, so yeah. All right, that's again not a bad choice. 19 X7. All right, you know what? Again, and
like
my
an X-Men character, bro. X7
and
so
Android.
10 minus 750 equals what? Like, bro, we doing geography right now.
My next pick, and this shows that everything good Everything dope. Anything monumental happens in the state of California. WrestleMania 31, 10 years after WrestleMania 21, the greatest WrestleMania of the 2010s, WrestleMania 31. I got the network that day because that card had me hyped. I'm like, something special is going to happen this day. I know it. And what happened? Seth Rollins cashed in at WrestleMania, and I was like, no fucking. And I was like, and that got me right back in wrestling because the previous like 3-4 years I was off and on.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'd pay attention for a little bit, not pay attention. I'm like, should I get back in wrestling? I was listening to some wrestling podcasts, Cheap Heat. Again, in that time, I was reading David Shoemaker's articles on Grantland. So, for some reason, the build up to that Mania, I'm like, I think this is gonna be a show. Like, I should get it. And I was like, should I already get that network? I can like watch this stuff I grew up on, even though at the time they didn't have everything uploaded. Because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go back and watch stuff from like 2005, and they only had stuff up to like 04. I'm like, God damn it! Like, shit. I'm like, what kind of bullshit is this? But yeah, I got it that Sunday. So here's the asshole on me. Like, I got it that Sunday, the network that Sunday. First thing I do, all right, let's go to SummerSlam 04. Let's see if the main event's there, and it was. I'm like, okay. Because I didn't know if they erased Redactor or not. I'm like, I wasn't sure with that whole situation, but yeah. But I'm like, oh, okay, so like you could watch this stuff.
Is that match on the WWEP
right now?
Yeah.
What? See, that's the thing. It's like, so do you want to edit skits and promos that have like adult content, racial content, racist content, not racial, racist content, or do you want to? Because again, like, you're literally gonna have a show next week with Logan Paul and Hulk Hogan as part of it, and you're not gonna fucking be like, and now you're like, we're editing shit, but you're gonna allow these two fuckers to be on the show.
I know Logan Paul done dropped the N-bomb a couple of times.
The video of him in fucking Japan is already fucking problematic. Remember, he filmed himself doing like racist shit in Japan, and then he showed the person committed who went to the suicide forest and like hung himself.
Okay, I remember that one, but
yeah,
the one in Japan I don't remember.
I think like the prelude to that clip, like it's him walking all over Japan doing racist stereotypical shit.
He definitely said he wear all that jewelry. He a culture vulture. He definitely says the N word, bro.
But
they Florida too.
But WrestleMania 31, I mean, it's a good Money in the Bank. No, I mean not Money in the Bank. A good opening ladder match for the IC title. Again, but when you think about it, like all the guys that are part of that match are like, damn, like you probably thought shit would be like Bad News Barrett, Stardust. It's like Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, R.I.P. And Daniel Bryan comes back after the year before, like having his Mania moment. He ends the show and then he starts the show, like back to reality for you. It's like you had your chance and we took it away. Then Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, solid match. Like they had a wrestling match. It has but again, probably greatest RKO of all time right then and there.
Yeah.
The curb stomp into the RKO. And I was like, oh shit. And then Twitter like got on that. Again, wrestling Twitter was on that instantly. And that was moment of that match. Sting Triple H. The Sting stuff, I watched that Survivor Series in 2014 on like a stream, on a bullshit stream. And like when Sting showed up, I was like, no fucking way they got Sting. And he helps Dolph Ziggler of all fucking people.
Legend.
As a way to put Dolph Ziggler over, but how did that work?
You know what? That year actually did get me back into wrestling, bro.
2015?
I remember. No, 2014 actually, because I didn't watch WrestleMania that year, WrestleMania 30, when the streak was broken. But I got back into it. I want to say that Survivor Series, when Sting came back. And I was like,
that's kind of the same thing, because then I watched TLC. Then I was keeping up with it going forward. And see, again, like the build up to this, like, and I was like, Roman Reigns. I'm like, Roman Reigns is gonna be the guy. And I've always said this. I think you're the same thing. Like, I was never a Roman Reigns hater. I'm like, so what if this guy's the next guy? I'm like, he can wrestle. He's got a look. He can. Granted, he had the shitty promos at that time, and it wasn't like, again, it's not that he couldn't talk. They gave him shitty material to work with, but still, him and Brock Lesnar have. I'd say a top 10 WrestleMania that decade match. Definitely the best title match of that decade for us at WrestleManias.
Yeah,
Because
no, my fault.
no, like
Yeah,
him, like
that, he was getting his ass. See, first of all, that ain't gonna happen again. The Tribal Chief, when him and Lesnar have their match,
Roman Reigns is like, now it's my turn.
I think that's the way it's gonna play out, bro. It's gonna play out in a way, you know, maybe both Usos get their ass beat after doing fucking 2,000 super kicks.
Ooh.
And
That would
Paul Heyman is probably gonna have to take a bump or two, which we seen how that works out. He's like, you know what I mean, Humpty Dumpty when he got to
he does like the
like he gotta brace himself for the fall.
he has to get set. He's like, hang on a minute.
All 260. And I love Paul Heyman. I call myself Banks Heyman. Y'all know me, I'm a book.
That match, Brock Lesnar just
Beast
kicks the shit out of it and does the suplex city, bitch. Like,
right.
Again,
Beast.
another all-time meme in wrestling. And then the suplex city shirts, dope. And again, it was like, oh, they're booking Roman Reigns to be like Superman. It's like he is supposed to be their Superman. What do you expect?
Right.
Like, don't get mad because like the obvious is happening, and the obvious not like, and again, like to me, it's not obvious in a bad way. It's like it was wrong to make him face of the company because he doesn't have that appeal. He hasn't now in a way. He didn't then. He just had the look of a guy of like, look at him, but he didn't have like legit.
Yeah.
He had the Vince McMahon look, the long hair, good looking, like in shape.
Mm-hmm.
And he could wrestle, but he didn't have the outside personality that he somewhat has now. I would say it's still kind of overblown, him being like this guy who's in the hall and can be a thing in Hollywood. I'm not sure. I mean, it's one thing to have great promos like that. It's a different thing to do it on the script again. Like anyone who's like Hobbs and Shaw, like he literally says, "Whoa," and Hobbs and Shaw. That's it. Stop right there. All right.
Right.
I know you shit on Sasha Banks for her acting, but
I'm not as bad as Coach, but yeah, no.
I'm saying like you said the thing like relax on Sasha Banks being the next big thing in Hollywood. Like she's good, but like it's not there yet, it maybe not never get there. Who knows?
She ain't gonna never get there.
Again,
It's just crazy. Like she's the weakest talker out of great talkers in that family. Her four cousins are like talkers.
It's hard to be like, are we live? You can never, if someone's talking like that in your family, you can never, anything you say.
Ray J is not British, all right? I'm tired of y'all talking about LA accents. I know we kind of sound semi-British.
Hey, yo, fuck him. Yo, I got 50 Rolls Royces.
All right, bro, you can't do the accent. You from up north. Like, I don't even want to.
He says, like, he's an F word. He says he's an F word. And no offense to F words, but he's one of those. Like,
love who you love, be who you gonna be.
He was legit like, he said, like, I'm gonna say that shit. And
that's what I'm saying. How Ray J a better talker than Sasha Banks, bro?
Because she's not gonna say someone's
but saying anything. Brandy a better talker, and she an R&B singer, and she only write all her lyrics.
But again, she committed vehicular manslaughter. So I mean,
circumstances.
But
maybe she's trying to get her destination too fast, too furious.
But no, that
you got Daz
Dillinger.
Yeah. Who was another one of her first cousins. And then, I mean, of course, you got Snoop. I hate the fact that she just talk about Snoop like, bro, you related to Ray J and Daz. And
she talks about Snoop. I mean, I've been watching, like, because again, the 49ers made a trade recently to get the number 3 pick. And now it's like, who are they going to take? Who are they going to take in the draft? I hope it's not Mac Jones. I swear, if it's Mac Jones, I'm going to lose my shit.
Hey, that's your fault, bro.
So I'm watching like all this Kyle Shanahan shit because Kyle Shanahan, Coach Fit God, my guy, great talker. But then like Chris Sims, I watch his stuff because Chris Sims is always like my friend Kyle Shanahan, and I'm like, I get like you guys played at Texas, but you gotta relax on my friend stuff. And maybe they are friends because you see like the chemistry they have and all that in interviews, but like it's like kind of like relentless, like the Snoop Dogg, Sasha Banks shit. Like we get it, you don't like, but again, like how much of this is actually legit of like you being cousins and family? Like, is this like every few months you talk and see each other, or like no?
She
Like,
seems like she hit him up more than he hits her up. Like,
like you and me.
yeah, like bro, it's like I got a whole ass family, bro. Like, come on, man.
Well, it's mainly like a Snoop
I got a
Dogg thing.
grandkid, and
It's
he's
mainly-
a grandfather, bro. Like,
Remember when Snoop Dogg tried to make his son a football player?
that didn't work out.
I know that, and that was some sad shit.
He was at UCLA. He got hurt. I think now.
No, he showed up at UCLA and then was like, "I quit the team. I don't want to play football." Much
No,
like
he went through camp and all that, and he's like, "Oh hell no."
much like this LeBron James Space Jam shit, where like Space Jam, the trailer came out today.
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? The
I've
son of
missed
LeBron, the guy, the kid who's supposed to play Bryce Maximus James is like, is that not his son's name?
Not Bryce. It's Bronny.
No, that's the second one.
Okay, yeah, because his second one doesn't seem
Is
like
Bryce
he wants to play
Max- yeah.
basketball.
No,
yeah,
but,
Bronny,
and that's
Bronny can play.
and the theme and the plot of this movie is that the second son doesn't want to play ball, and LeBron James is like,
Oh, so in this
basketball.
movie he has more than one son.
Yeah,
Okay, this is a biopic.
yeah. No, it is. No, here's
That's
what.
funny. I didn't know that.
Let me break it. Quick tangent, then we'll get right back. Quick me breaking down the trailer for you. It starts out, he's like, basketball camps in a few weeks. You got potential. I can help get you there. And the son's like, I don't want to do this. It's legit. Like first he was like, I don't want your life.
Yeah.
Like,
That's,
and it's like, but I'm like, your dad is LeBron James, and you're like, no, I'm good.
it's too much pressure.
Well, I mean, all right, then that's understandable. It just seems like he wants to play video games, so it's like LeBron James, like parents, video games, right? Like these
He's
kids.
about to be a 6'6" gamer, bro. Kid kind of tall already.
Oh my! You gotta watch this trailer because Don Cheadle is fucking on one. It's like Tom Hardy and Venom levels. Like he is showing out.
Oh, so he having fun now.
Yeah, he is legit. Like
Because Don Cheadle, every role, he's like an actor.
straight
So
laced.
he have
Yeah.
fun.
Mhm.
Okay,
No,
I got to definitely watch.
This is him. Like even though it's brief snip, but it's they're like they like the one time they come, he's just like like he is just like Don Cheadle's like I'm gonna like I'm just gonna have fun here. He's like it's Space Jam too. Like, but yeah, no, the trailer is like insane. Again, everyone's making the accurate jokes. It's basically Ready Player One with basketball.
Yeah, I saw that.
They got the Iron Giant showing up. They got the Flintstones, Game of Thrones. Again, they're playing on a court, and like every like Warner Brother character is behind them. And someone tweeted like they have the what is it, the Doogs from Clockwork Orange.
Yeah,
Fucking courtside. It's like,
Mr. Freeze.
isn't this a fucking kids movie?
I heard they had Yes Wells as one of the cheerleaders.
Yeah, I sent out a tweet like this character definitely looks like Yes Jules. I'll show it to you.
Oh, you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god. Let me see this. He can't let it go.
It was the first thing that came to mind because I know everyone's gonna have their jokes, but I'm like, I think I was like, this. See, this is one of those things. Like, my tweet should have gone viral because look at this. Like, this is accurate.
Yeah. So it's logic in a sense. Because Yes Wells look like logic.
But I just sent it to you. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't have high hopes for this movie. I'll watch it, but yeah,
I want to go to theaters and see it, honestly.
Oh, and
Right.
the woman playing his wife is the girl from Star Trek Discovery. I know you watched that, right?
Great casting. Oh, this movie
Yeah.
of the year.
And you know what she's like? Because again, so Don Cheadle like kidnaps LeBron's son in like the cyberspace Matrix cartoon world that they're in, and is like holding him hostage. And of course, LeBron James has to like win the basketball game to get his son back. And she's like, she says that to him. Like that's the only time they cut to the woman playing his wife. She's like, "You have to win this game to get our son back." And it's like acting. It's like God damn. And again, everyone also has tweets for this as well. But like, how pissed is Rihanna that they didn't come to her for the role of LeBron James' wife? Scale of 1 to 10.
Oh no, she mad as hell, bro. I get that too. I know how to act. I was in
Hey,
Battlefield.
all right. You gotta relax with that. You gotta stop.
I can't do that damn Barbados accent. But she does. I was in Battleship. No, she's furious, bro.
Yeah.
Her and Beyonce.
No, I mean,
But
maybe
that's great casting. Thumbs up.
her, or Teresa Randall.
Let's move on.
No. Answer the question.
We can't do this. This is
Her. Okay.
This is anti-black.
Because again, you one of the things somehow I always shock you with my knowledge when I said like Teresa Randall.
Yes, I'm just gonna do that. Yes to both of them.
Yeah, you do both of them.
It's just the same thing with Kira Hogan and Tasha Steelz. Both of them.
The Tommy Dreamer, Beal McCullough and the other girl. I'll have them both. I'm hardcore.
Boy, when I see they live, yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah, but yeah. So WrestleMania 31, the John Cena goes back to the mid card, wins the U.S. title,
Going crazy.
Fights for America. Hits a fucking springboard center for America.
Easy, bro. I'm like, you 250 doing that.
This was the time where John Cena's like, I'm going for fucking stars. I don't give a fuck. He was
anymore. That's how you can tell he was on his way out.
Because again, same summer, him and Kevin Owens. Next year, him and AJ Styles. I mean, he was already going for stars with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan in the years prior, but like this run, he's like, I'm going back to the mid card, and I got my fucking working boots on. They ain't Reebok pumps, but they're working shoes. Like
he has some Sauconys on or something. They're little Reeboks.
No, they're the John Cena. At first, they were the John Cena Kmart shoes, and then they became the Tap Out shoes.
Wait, so he got his own shoe line?
He had a shoe at Kmart. I could never find it because I want to be like, how much are they? They were probably like $20 or something like that, $20-$30. They were legit like cartoony kid shoes. And then the Tap Out shoes, I can never find for sale because like I'd buy a pair of these for like work shoes to work in. But,
okay, I thought he was out here wearing Starberries.
Shit. Shouts to Sebastian Telfair, the Winter Soldier, last week, and now we mentioned his cousin. Oh no, we mentioned him last week too because you asked if he was eating petroleum jelly. It's like, relax, take it easy. Like
he was, bro.
Vaseline.
When he got in the car. Then when he got in and then he was like, when he got in the accident, he told the driver there ain't nothing but the devil. You did that. That shit was hilarious. He started IG Live. I keep trying to tell y'all.
But yeah, John Cena.
Never give up shoes.
He
got his own shoes. They call it Never Give Up, but
yeah. And I think they did like the whole patriotism thing right before, like the video right before the John Cena entrance, and then like Rusev came out on the fucking tank, and then Lana showed up with the all white and the like fur on it. And it was a great match again. That kicked off probably the best thing, one of the best things in wrestling of the last decade was the John Cena U.S. title challenge.
Oh yeah, when he was trying to run the fade with everybody.
Where week after week, my man was having 4-star matches on TV.
Oh. He got those classic matches with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, like I said, yeah. I mean, but he had that great one with Cesaro. That was the one where I was like, oh shit. And that's the thing too. I mean, the New Day, they were on the pre-show, but this was before they blew up as the New Day we all know and love. Even though I did like them early on, I mean the choir gimmick, I did like them just because I liked the guys involved. Like I liked Kofi Kingston, I liked Big E, I liked Xavier Woods, so I was rooting for them from the start. But yeah, Sting, Triple H. What did you think of? Because someone who, what you saw really the tail end of the Monday Night War, right?
Man, I saw the Monday Night War from the beginning to the end. If I'm not mistaken,
okay,
I was small, but I remember it vividly.
So what did you think of that being the end of the Monday Night War? That match being billed as such, in a way.
If his skull would have popped out of place before then, we wouldn't have the bullshit that we had months later.
Okay.
Because I ain't gonna say nothing about no grown man neck. But yeah, we couldn't have that before.
Yeah, it's a bad match.
All Lives Matter. Scott Hall coming out. with that
Yeah,
footage, bro.
Scott Hall took a back body drop bump. I'm like, I thought this guy couldn't do anything.
No, a couple of pills and some alcohol, he can do anything.
Well, that's really afterwards. I'm like, oh yeah, he's probably drunk off like his ass. Like he's like he'll feel that in like 2 weeks when he's off the shits. Like
give him $200 right now. I guarantee he'll do it.
yeah, they did the NWO DX and X-Pac was like both like
Yeah, which way do I go? He was the youngest out of all of them, which is crazy. And
Yeah.
he's about 40-something.
It did have the dope spot where Triple H took the sledgehammer, and then Singh broke it with the bat. That was dope. I'll say that at least. But other than that, it was a shit show because Triple H had the whole Terminator Genesis opening. Like, get the fuck out of here, you corny! You
Bro,
corny!
that took 20 minutes. That took 20 minutes. I'm like, yo, Sting walking slow as hell. At this point, he's 55 years old.
To the drums,
He's 36.
like what? Like what is it? And again, it was like again, California, home of great WrestleManias. I'll say because Santa Clara, where the 49ers play, Levi Stadium. Hey, like, I mean, again, the Bellas against AJ Lee Page, not really women's revolution yet. Because the next year, the triple threat at WrestleMania 32, that's a fucking match. Like that's like I've
never been a fan of the Bellas, but that's neither here nor there.
Bray Wyatt against Undertaker. Again, he had lost the year before.
Hated it.
Hated it. I mean, I like the idea of it. It made sense because Bray Wyatt was away from the family, and I don't know how you could have done it better. But it was just a dumb feud from the start because I think like the chair was set on fire, like in the middle of the aisleway, and then all that, and then like he had like scarecrows come to life come out. It was just they did the Ronda Rousey, Rock, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H bit, which is again Stephanie McMahon, Triple H. All they do is put themselves over. See, that's what I mean. So the two, because in WrestleMania 21, WrestleMania 31, 10 years apart, both in California. Great matches, great card. The bullshit is the in between skits, like, but that's always the case with WrestleMania. At least, again, like at least this one didn't have a fucking concert thing. Oh no, Kid Ink did perform, I think, or some bullshit like that, or something.
Wow, I was just thinking about that name the other day. That song he had.
It was. I swear it was him and like Skylar Grey. They performed like some like in the opening or whatever. Oh god, but all right.
That's funny.
I don't think I have anything else to say. Am I forget? Let me see if I'm not forgetting another match. Again, that's Big Show wins the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. Again, it died right then and there because Big Show kills everything he touches. But yeah, WrestleMania 31. I just remember watching live and I was like, you know what? Going forward, I'm back in on wrestling. I watched Raw the next night. I'm like,
that year was fire.
It was legit. Like just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. I'm hooked. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that was everything. Yeah, but again, Seth Rollins cash in. What did you think about that, real quick? Because it's a fucking top 10. Top 10 modern day era wrestling moment?
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
Top 5?
Because me and my guys, we was watching that. It was like, bro, we just seeing Roman getting his ass beat, and then you know what I mean when he about to go for the fall when Brock
he managed to come back. Yeah, it's like
all we heard was
again, they booed him like crazy the whole match, and then like he's doing the Superman punch, spear, and then it's like boo, and then looks when he's about to win. Seth Rollins CrossFit runs all the way down the fucking ring.
Bro, that long ass rant, he was gone.
Yeah. Remember WrestleMania 24 when Charles Robinson was fucking booking it like Tom Cruise, like
trying to get in and make that pin.
Yeah, that was fucking amazing. He like him and Tom Cruise. I want to know like how the miles per hour they ran for that. Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible. Fallout really is when he has like the longest run where he's just like I'm fucking going like. And Charles Robinson again, same height, both 5'7". His little Nate.
Well, Tom Cruise would have been there ahead of time. He would have been. Bro, you would have seen him just like he would have been like the Flash going down that ramp. That's easy work for him. He would have been like, "Y'all don't have no obstacle course for me to jump over, no walls, nothing."
But well, yeah. So again, were you shocked? Did you think like it was perfect, like the perfect? Because it was always talked about. What was if someone cashes in at WrestleMania? And Seth Rollins was the first one to do it.
But the way that it happened, no,
Yeah.
that was perfect because we didn't think. We was like, all right, Brock Lesnar's about to beat the hell out of Roman Reigns, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then when you hear that damn snare
No,
drum,
I thought Roman Reigns was gonna win. I didn't think like Brock Lesnar was gonna beat the champ. I'm like, and Roman Reigns, and again, like Roman Reigns is gonna win. Blah blah blah. Yeah, like so what? Like, all right.
that's next year or SummerSlam this year.
Well, I mean, all right. So that's something for another day. But like, anyway, I mean, the match in 2018 at WrestleMania 34, that match sucks and that was the one where like they fucked that up the whole time. Like they should just let Roman Reigns beat him start to finish. And they didn't need to do the shit where like Roman Reigns attacks the U.S. Marshals. Like, come on, really? This man's not Wesley Snipes. Relax.
Right. He ain't out here throwing like roundhouse kicks, bro.
Oh my! Roman Reigns hits a fucking Patrick Swayze roadhouse kick.
But he dressed like Blade, so I wouldn't be surprised if that happened soon.
No, he does not dress like Blade. Come on,
bro. He dressed like Blade with the pants and all that. Come on, bro.
All right.
The armor, the bulletproof vest on.
But yeah, I mean, and again, this is Blonde Streak, Seth. Shouts to Eve. That's his favorite Seth. Man was dressed like he was dressed up like a Power Ranger, like a Power Ranger or an X, like a
the
like
gold
this
and black Power Ranger. I forgot the name of it.
Or like the spin-off, like the subgroup of X-Men. That's what he was kind of dressed like back then. And then later in the year, CrossFit Jesus, all-time wrestling fit. But all right, Banks, what's your final WrestleMania?
I feel like I could go another way, but I'm going WrestleMania 35.
Okay. I have to run that one back. I haven't watched it since I watched it live.
Same here. But they definitely had the best moment in pro wrestling history. Yeah, that Kofi and Daniel Bryan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
No, I thought you were gonna do some bullshit like you always do. I thought you were gonna do some Lance Storm as a top 15 worker bullshit with like.
No, I'm on my analytical shit right now. So
okay, yeah, no, the Kofi Kingston, Kofi Mania. This is what I mean. Where like you have to, and I. This is what pissed me off about a couple weeks ago on VRP when like Kofi has to be on the Mount Rushmore for winning the fucking title at WrestleMania, doing it on the biggest stage, capping off the Grand Slam with the WWE title at WrestleMania, and being the first black champion in fucking how many years? And in a great and in a great match against Daniel Bryan. It's a great match.
Yeah, if I check, it's at 21 minutes. But you know what match had the longest time? At 24 minutes and 30 seconds. You already know. It's only 3 matches that had 20 minutes. This one had the longest time, bro. Finn versus Bobby Lashley was only like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you know what? I did like that match because Finn Balor showed up in the demon fit and then fucking powerbombed Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley's like, I'm not scared of the demon. I got these contacts in. I'm gonna fuck this guy up. And Finn Balor's like, I'm soaring through the fucking sky because they had him perched up in the entranceway.
Yeah.
And then he showed up and like, I'm gonna fucking powerbomb you. Like this is a fucking Ultimate Muscle cartoon.
Basically, and Leo Rush had his little tuxedo on.
Yeah, he had his
looking like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Sleeveless vest. Yeah. Vest with no shirt.
I need to see y'all in the tag team, bro.
Me and Leo Rush? Yeah. No, see, like I could I'll be the Leo.
Y'all be in the TLC match, but he'd be step stool.
Nah, I'll be the Leo Rush manager to Leo Rush. Like Leo.
Y'all the same height. You can't do that.
Nah, is he my height?
Yeah, about 5'4".
Fuck you.
We live, by the way, people. Tap in at Black Wrestling on YouTube. We live, by the way, the premiere episode.
Leo Rush 5'6". Yeah, I'm barely 5'7", so yeah, we're the same height. Big shouts to Leo Rush. Always been a fan. Come on the pod, Leo Rush.
Same here.
We'll talk Danielle Fischel, Topanga.
Yeah, man. All right.
Pressure.
Still.
Not. Yeah. Then now forever. But WrestleMania 35. There's again. It opens. Seth Rollins beats Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar's like, I'm showing up and I'm leaving.
Yeah, that was the first match. That's the tone for everything.
Break it down for a minute. Break down this show.
All right. So that match, when they first announced it, because it was a work, probably they didn't renegotiate Brock Lesnar contract. So Paul Heyman said, "We about to get on jet to get up out of here." Seth Rollins came through like, "Nah, let's turn the match up." That match clocked in at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and that was fire. And that's how they started off. Then at that point, my match of the night, potentially that could have been match of the night, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton with 16 minutes, but I think they said the match wasn't as good as they wanted it to be just because there was something with the lighting, so they couldn't see correctly being AJ Styles or Randy Orton. They said something was wrong, so they couldn't get.
Yeah, the people in attendance in a certain section didn't get to see it. They had.
So it wasn't the workers, because bro, that could have been match of the night. That match should have been better.
Like I said, like I might put this one on later or sometime tomorrow to rewatch it, but it's Randy Orton 2019, AJ Styles 2019. It's not going to be as good as it would have been
at 2010,
2011. You know, even maybe 05 or like AJ Styles against Randy Orton. That was going to try to end the streak. That could have been a match as well.
They was the same age, I think, around that time. I think it's only like a AJ Styles older, right? By 2 years? Yeah. Okay. All right. I understand now. Yeah, he was like 26 and 04, something like that. Shit, because he was in WCW in 99, 2000. Being AJ Styles. So, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. But that match should have been way better than what it was. They got 16 minutes as well. I know they older, but still. You talking about guys that could still work.
Yeah, AJ is 43, Randy is 41. I didn't think AJ Styles was that young in 05. Shit.
Yeah, because remember, like I just said, in 2000 he was in WCW. He was like 20.
No, I know the thing was that he started super young. Yeah, and that's thing he broke in WCW right away, but it was like tail end of WCW.
Right. Yeah, so I keep forgetting AJ Styles is 43, bro. I don't know why I keep thinking because I've been watching him since.
You know what? I thought he was gonna be older, and that's why I was gonna be like he was still doing this shit at a top tier level. Yeah, even though I would say like maybe I think after 2019 it's like it's fallen off the cliff, sadly. It's age, father time.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they put him in a tag team match, and I think we'll talk about it next week. Or
no, we're not gonna. Yeah, I mean, you and I will be talking about it next week, not together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I keep forgetting I got to talk about this 2 or 3
on our other platforms. Yeah. Well, that's why next week we're doing what we want to see, what we would want to see. If they gave us the keys to the kingdom and we could open all the forbidden doors, as Tony Khan would say.
We might have to fuck Tony Khan. We might have to do that on Fridays.
All right.
Yeah.
What else was on that card? The women's tag match where the Iconics win, and that's when Sasha Banks apparently threw the fit where she was on the floor kicking and screaming, apparently, allegedly. If that's all.
I can't have a conversation with you, but she used her privilege. I can't have a conversation with you, but she used half her privilege. Then she wanted to take her ball and go home.
We had Triple H Batista.
Why the hell this man just looked out the days?
One of the few WrestleMania rematches.
No, we can't just leave on that though. This man really looked out the window like anger.
No, the window is this direction. I looked the
other
way.
Well, you just looking out like, what have I gotten myself into? I said I can't have a conversation with you, but Bianca.
How are you gonna say? See,
Bianca you're like never been from the grind.
Yeah, but yet you're still trying to get that merch. So shut up.
I'm trying to get that merch and that sweater she wore.
You know what's sad is I saw on Instagram Sweeney was working out, and then I had the thought of what you said of the workout clothes. I'm like, But I was like,
This-
I'm wilding. Like, I
Let's
was
take Yakubian.
but yeah, Batista, Triple H.
Hey, we gotta leave her in the past too, bro. Real quick.
Who?
We don't get to the wrestling shit. Sid.
Who? Never.
Bro, she was eating like a bacon, honey, peanut butter sandwich or something like that.
Don't care.
All right.
Don't care. You ever had croissant French toast?
As long as they ain't got no swine, yeah.
Oh my god! Here you go. That bullshit. All
Oh,
right.
you eat pork?
Of course.
Oh yeah. Okay. I forgot you're a red meat fan.
Anyway. What else? Oh yeah. But, the pre-show. This is when like the pre-show had a shit ton of matches. Buddy Murphy against Tony Nese. Buddy Murphy showed up as the Joker, which is like not really relevant. Fucking 11 years later. This is before the Joaquin Phoenix movie. But shout out to Buddy Murphy, best cruiserweight champion since it was reinvented.
Over Ali or over Cedric or Ali?
Yeah, over Cedric. Yeah.
I feel bad for Cedric too, but that's another conversation for another day.
Damn it. I'm trying to find the risk. All right, yeah. So
I'm
Tony
looking
Nese,
at it right now. I can
yeah,
get it.
Tony Nese defeats Buddy Murphy. Carmella wins the Battle Royal. I mean, she was in New York. Blah, blah, blah. I mean,
Yeah. She from that part of New York though.
yeah, again, same thing. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder win the tag titles against the Revival.
Hey man, hold on real quick. Zack Ryder, bro, that's your fault. Shut the fuck up. Bro. Huh?
Oh. I think you said my fault. I'm like, what did I do?
No, yeah, you might be related to Zack Ryder. No, Zack Ryder, it's your fucking fault, bro. Stop complaining all day on Twitter about WWE, bro. We can move on. Just every day. Fickle. That's what you are, bro. Every day you mad. You the one made the decision.
Braun Strowman.
Trash. Let's move.
Yeah, Seth, Brock, AJ, Randy. The Usos retained in a dope Fatal 4-Way tag match. The SmackDown tag titles. That match, fire. Probably the best match on that card, I think. Oh, no.
Nice.
You know, and Kofi, Daniel Bryan, yeah.
Yeah, come on, bro. We gonna oversell it, or at least me. I'm gonna oversell this match.
No, you're right. But that tag match, second best, for sure.
Over to Shane versus Miz.
I gotta watch it back again. I hate the Miz. I love Shane. That's the bad thing about that feud. I was like, I love Shane McMahon, and he's in a feud with the fucking Miz.
Legends.
They had those two dope tag matches together against the Usos, against the Bar. Those are dope matches, though. You know why? Because Shane McMahon carried that team.
It was a team effort.
Nope. Realistically, since Shane McMahon returned in 2016, in the 4 WrestleManias he competed in, he had the better matches than his brother-in-law.
That's not saying a lot.
I know.
You heard the takes I've been having in the past 2 weeks about Triple H?
I'm just saying, yeah, the Iconics win the tag titles.
You want me to say it here or no? Because you just going along with the card.
No, we all know. Say what?
China was better than Triple H?
But you're a China fan, though. That's why.
Who isn't? Except for him and his wife.
I mean, yep. I mean, he still was a fan because he turned his wife into China. So
No, he turned Rhea Ripley, or trying to, into China.
yeah. So Samoa Joe defeats Rey Mysterio again in
Could have been a 10-minute match.
This was the whole Rey Mysterio was injured, but they still carried on the match. I remember at the time, I'm like, they should have made it Samoa Joe against Kevin Owens. That would have been a fire match. They never really had the feud in NXT because Kevin Owens showed up. I mean, Kevin Owens left right when Samoa Joe showed up. They had one match that went to a bullshit finish, but I remember like Kevin Owens was on SmackDown. And I think that's right when he started doing the stunner, if I'm not mistaken. But I was like, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe. That's one of the matches that they're capable of having, and well, they can't now because they don't let Samoa Joe fucking wrestle anymore. But I was like, just sub in Kevin Owens. They can have a great match. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. This is when Roman Reigns made his return after leukemia. From what I remember, okay match. They did the whole Scottish drums, bagpipes thing with Drew McIntyre that they did at TakeOver in 2017. What did you think of that match? and Roman Reigns coming back.
That was cool. I got to go back and revisit that segment. I got to review. I mean, I got to go back to this whole card, but definitely that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'd say they probably had from what I remember, they probably had an okay match. I'd say obviously the match that they had at Survivor Series a few months ago is better because Roman Reigns is on that shit now. Even though he was always a good worker, but the attitude he has with the way he works is a lot better now. Baron Corbin, Kurt Angle was still doing moonsaults. And that match was insane. This is when Baron Corbin was dressed like a fucking idiot.
No, they said he was dressed like a Red Lobster server. They was killing him, bro. They said he was dressed like, I forgot what them jokes they had around that time. They said he was dressed like a bartender, Olive Garden employee, all type of shit. I was like, bro. And this when he first went home too. I said he copied my whole flow. He shaved his head.
Yeah, Demon Finn, Bobby Lashley, and then finally, again, see now we can speak. So you really only like this for the Kofi match, not the main event, not the triple threat with the women?
No, I like the whole pay-per-view.
Okay.
Even the Kurt versus Baron Corbin match, I like that one.
What did you think of the triple threat main event?
It was cool.
Happy with the ending?
I don't like Becky Lynch, but yeah.
Yeah, see.
They gonna always fit Charlotte in something. I'm not even hating on Charlotte. I'm not one of those people
No,
that like Charlotte, but it's like they gonna fit her in, bro.
Charlotte should have won. I never wanted.
Well, that's the case every single thing she in, but
that is true. But I mean, again, never been a Becky Lynch fan. And again, Charlotte had the better feud with Ronda Rousey, and then had the better interaction when she said this recently when she was handcuffed, walked up and kneed Ronda Rousey in the fucking face when she was in the police car. And then what did Charlotte Flair do? She showed up to the fucking field in a helicopter. Charlotte Flair, come on, give her the respect. Come on, fam, stop hating.
Oh, fam doesn't like Charlotte.
Oh, you've never heard the pod. He always shits on Charlotte. Come on.
No, I've heard the pod, but I didn't know that. Like,
yeah, big Charlotte Flair hater. Big.
Maybe
Charlotte.
I just, I didn't listen closely.
Yeah, probably because you are like Charlotte. Like, who hates Charlotte Flair?
For the most part, I mean, I've heard people say things about her. So,
all right, what would my last one be like? Because I really didn't plan on picking a third one. I planned on picking a takeover, but because that's the thing with me in WrestleMania. Sometimes WrestleMania, it's built up to be a bigger deal. I mean, it is a big deal. It is. But most of the time, it always ends up being underwhelming. Oh, real quick, WrestleMania 35. The Doctor of Thugonomics shows up. He returns. All time, and he had the fucking
with the hair.
But he had the hat. He had that weird Yankees hat, and he had the Babe Ruth jersey. Yeah, and he second year in a row interacted with Elias because they were trying to do something with him.
Trash.
But yeah, I don't want to say 20 because of Redacted, but I was the first WrestleMania I ever saw, and that was, I was a John Cena fan from that going forward because he showed up with the jersey, he had the rap, even though probably had 9 years old, no idea what he's rapping about. He's saying Big Show can blow him and shit like that.
Yeah.
But he hits him with the chain, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then, you know what?
You might as well put 20 on there, bro.
No, I'll go 24.
24 was
Orlando. Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels.
Oh, Yeller.
Great match. Yeah. Oh, Yeller. He slaps the shit out of him. Oh, Yeller, huh?
I'm Ric Flair.
I remember calling my dad right after the match to tell him that Ric Flair lost and that Ric Flair had to retire. Because my dad was like,
I thought you were about to say you did that to your dad. No. I'm sorry. You had to kick him.
And then I super kicked my dad.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were about to say.
But yeah, no, I saw that live on pay-per-view. Belfast Brawl with Finley and JBL as someone of Irish ancestry. Remember what I said the other day?
Yeah, you said you built the land.
No.
I was like, okay.
But that's a decent one. I just remember that Finley dives out the ring and JBL smashes the shit out of him with a trash can lid. That was fucking crazy. An underrated Money in the Bank ladder match against Shelton Benjamin showing out. John Morrison does the moonsault holding the ladder. Matt Hardy returns, gives MVP the twist of fate off the ladder.
Mhm.
CM Punk wins. Remember, they took Jeff Hardy out because he failed a drug test, if I remember correctly. He was supposed to be in that match. So warning, trouble ahead for Jeff Hardy for the 18th time in his career. Just a few years before Victory Road, where this man tried to wrestle I'm high as fuck.
But I miss that Jeff Hardy.
Batista Umaga in an interpromotional match. This is when the Umanga, the William Regal Umanga. He does say it when he comes up there. He's like, and represented Raw, Umanga.
Yeah. And then it was Trump versus Medium Trump, the Vince McMahon.
Chavo and Kane, that went 11 seconds. Kane wins the ECW title. Remember when Chavo and CM Punk had a Gulf of Mexico match in ECW where he gives him a GTS into the Gulf of Mexico?
I said, bro, Vince really don't like
Vince McMahon, and CM Punk had the mariachi gear and fucking attacked.
Yeah, I said, bro.
What a time. But Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, great match. Emotional. Ric Flair with a great entrance.
Floyd versus the Big Show.
Hey, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We had Beth Phoenix and Melina against Ashley and Maria. The Playboy match. One of the last times they did Playboy.
Thank God.
And then Snoop Dogg, Randy Orton, John Cena, Triple H. Fucking pissed that Randy Orton won that match. I was so fucking mad.
Yeah.
John Cena had made the great return at Royal Rumble 2008 at the 30th entrance in Madison Square Garden, the best return from an injury of all time. Then he cashes in that fucking No Way Out 2008, which I also saw on pay-per-view live, which had probably one of the top 10 moments ever of that year when Floyd Mayweather breaks the Big Show's nose, as I discussed a few weeks ago, when he did.
They had to rush out the ring.
Yeah, they rushed out the ring. Floyd Mayweather defeats Big Show. Thankfully,
that song was fire, bro. I wish you would put that
out. He knocks him out with the brass knucks because he had the MMA glove, so it was possible. Can you imagine Floyd Mayweather showing up with a boxing glove, not being able to grab a steel chair, just like, hang on a second.
With them hands. No, without the gloves, it's still gonna be the same thing. He got brittle hands.
Oh, he's gonna be like,
yeah, he got hand problems.
This is my good hand.
Yeah, no, his hands is weak.
But
Floyd. It works against Manny and a couple other people though.
Yeah, Shane McMahon again. Everything good. Shane McMahon. He's the mastermind behind this feud, this match, because he's a fucking legend. Undertaker Edge. Okay, main event.
No. Shit was boring as hell, bro.
Because it's two people you don't like.
It's Undertaker and Edge, bro. That shit boring as a motherfucker, bro.
It has the great Charles Robinson run-in. It has when Undertaker choke slams. I can't remember if it's Kurt Hawkins on a Zack Ryder or Zack Ryder on a Kurt Hawkins, but that's a dope spot. That's a dope spot. They do the spear to the Hell's Gate. Dope finish. So this would be my third WrestleMania. And this was the last one before they went PG and killed the company.
You mean killed it at the bank? Profit's been going up.
Killed it creatively.
Yeah, because everything mostly now just based on like working craft.
Yeah.
And everybody, in the words of the great King Draco, it's cutscenes. Y'all out here doing cutscenes and weird shit.
And this was the third straight year. Third straight year where John Cena had the entrance in 06. He does the gangster hustle, loyalty, respect. Hey, like Al Capone. He had the Tommy gun, which had audio that played, and he mimicked shooting it.
Yeah.
He had the long trench coat. And I remember the Laps Fan podcast when they had the WrestleMania 22 episode. They're like, he dressed like a flasher. Like that's what a flasher would wear. A long trench coat. Just like
trench coat, bro.
Can you imagine John Cena being like hustle, loyalty, respect, and then like
Fully dressed like a school shooter saying that.
yeah, and then the next year WrestleMania 23 drives a Ford Mustang.
That was fire in Detroit.
Yeah,
That
I mean
was
it's not him. It's not him doing Fast and the Furious.
Yeah,
No, not him doing the driving, which I believe he could do. I mean, he did that NASCAR show on ABC
right.
for.
He did it. He got a car collection. He know about
Yeah,
cars.
exactly. But I don't think he did the actual film. I think that stuff was pre-taped with probably a stunt driver. But him driving and breaking the glass, that was him. Which is him on some Austin shit. Breaks the glass.
That match
Oh wait,
with him and Shawn Michaels.
yeah, back-to-back years he beat the X members.
Yeah,
because he's the GOAT.
You know, Triple H wanted to beat him so bad in 06.
Yeah, because he said he couldn't work. Fucking punk it. Meanwhile, that bloated bitch couldn't work either.
You talking about 06 now?
06 any year. Oh wait, this year WrestleMania 24 he comes out to the marching band. That was dope. 09 they do the real Slim Shady video where they have the guys dressed out and come dressed out like John Cena.
I remember that.
That shit was dope. 26 in 2010 they have again he was really on his America shit. They have the Marines and they flip the guns and he's walking through. That was dope as someone like again he was the Marine. WrestleMania 27 2011 he comes out to the choir in Atlanta to the DMX again. Get well soon, DMX.
Please.
He comes up to that DMX video, which again like the gospel preaching type video, and then in Jordans. I think he had like legit Jordans on that time, not the team Jordans like he would often wear. 2012. I mean, his entrances didn't really get better. They were great for a few years, but I just had to shout out again John Cena. That's why we started the pod was to talk about John Cena.
And then they culminated to something else.
Yeah, I mean, not that I'm upset. Again, we'll do a John Cena centric episode again one day, but I mean, we still got to throw in some shots.
You got to wait around Fast and the Furious to come.
Definitely around Fast 9. Yeah, we'll get and again Trucker Gamer. That's when we'll do Fast and Furious episodes when we know for a fact that this movie is coming out and that Banks and I will be able to see it. You know what, Banks? That's when you got to fly out here. We'll see that shit together.
I'm gonna have to probably see that a couple of times.
But either way, we'll see that shit together.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it with you together in another
one. And I'll look at you and be like,
when they go to space.
No,
when they
in the theater, you and I'll look at each other and be like, it's been a long day.
Don't look at me. I know I sound like Toretto.
I'll be like, tell me about your father.
Well, I think he ran out.
I remember everything about my father.
Right. I sound like Toretto already, so.
But yes. Now we'll do because NXT TakeOver, in my opinion, has been better than WrestleMania since they went to WrestleMania weekend. And that's not saying much because a lot of them I was bigger fan of NXT since 2016. Maybe at the end of 2015, they were neck and neck. And then right in 2016, NXT surpassed the main roster, in my opinion. Even though there was some dope shit happening on the main roster, I just cared a lot more about NXT than the main roster. And takeovers, especially, like, always beat the pay-per-views if there's one preceding it. There's been a few times where the main roster pay-per-views have been just as well. Like Royal Rumble 2017 is a good one, but more often than not. So, what's your favorite NXT takeover from Mania weekend?
Oh, without a question, NXT TakeOver 2019,
Brooklyn.
Bro, that's the best one.
Same here. Yeah,
every single match with 5 stars.
I was like, I had to make sure because I was like. I remember watching it live and being like, holy shit, like, this is probably the greatest wrestling card ever from start to finish. Like,
I watch it every year around this time. I'm probably going to do it.
And again, I haven't seen it since I saw it. Like, for some reason, 2019, rough year for me. Rough year. So, wrestling content kind of came and went for a majority of it. But that card, the Problematic Dream against Matt Riddle. Also problematic. Shouts to Public Enemies. The Loopholes. That's 2/3 of the Loopholes.
Yeah.
Against each other in a great match. Velveteen came out in the Statue of Liberty gear, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, we talked about it before, but bro, he was coming out with the gear, having fire matches. Like, bro, you don't fuck everything up, man.
Yeah, I mean, if what he's accused of doing is accurate, then again, it's still all. I mean, had the potential. It was already a top tier performer, in my opinion, just in terms of what he would say, what he would do. Again, the fits, the matches were good, were always good. But that would again, Matt Riddle had the New York Yankee pinstripe gear, and they had a solid match, and that was the thing. We're like, is Velveteen gonna drop the title, then move up to the NXT title, or go to the main roster because he had done the Call Me Up Vince already.
Yeah.
And Matt Riddle is they got to do something with him because he had debuted the previous fall, so it was something was gonna happen. But they had a great match. But before that started off I thought that for some reason that opened the show, but it opened the show with the Roar Raiders against Aleister Black and Ricochet, and fucking A, tag team wrestling in NXT at that time. Right. Untouchable. Again, what the Young Bucks and AEW try to talk about, no, you can't even sniff what NXT was doing from 2017, basically when the Undisputed Era won the titles, until they dropped them in 2019. The second time in 2019, because they dropped on the War Raiders at the start of the year, but when they lost them, or did they drop them in 2020? Either way, from 2018, late 2019, NXT had the best tag team wrestling on the fucking planet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only thing that could come close is PWG, but PWG also has cheat codes. So,
yeah,
because they could get guys from Impact, guys
Anywhere.
from ROH, guys from what would then become AEW, etc.
Yeah, anybody that's basically not signed to WWE, they could get
100%. Yeah, but War Raiders again. This was I liked them when they were War Machine when I saw them in New Japan and ROH a little bit. Not a huge fan, but I'm they're a solid team. They big guys that work the MMA, hard hitting power moves, and then Hanson would fly. He would do shit that you wouldn't see a big guy do, and then now you know why he's injured. But and again, the Aleister Black Ricochet won the Dusty Cup. These guys have no reason to be paired together, but fuck it, it worked. It worked.
They might need to do that again.
Oh my god, don't even get me. If Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy I'd lose my shit if they started a tag team.
And Prince Puma, because
the Dream Faction would have been Andrade, Aleister Black, and Buddy Murphy.
That's 4MB.
And then you could throw in Ricochet as well. Shit, make it. Yeah, but yeah, Aleister Black, Ricochet, you're tethered. Ricochet. That's when he was.
I don't know what tethered means, so I'm gonna take it as a thing.
From Us, from the movie Us.
All right, so you saying we Gemini man?
Yeah. Well, if Nash Carter from MSK is my tethered, then Ricochet is definitely your tethered.
I guess I got a little bit more of a 10, but all right.
Yeah, Velveteen, Matt Riddle, and Walter Pete Dunne. I think this was really the first time I saw a full Walter match. I'd only seen the highlights and the chops.
Yeah.
So I did not know what to expect. So this man is just hitting simple moves. He's got no
beating the shit out of Pete Dunne.
He's got no finisher. He wins this match with a fucking body splash, which makes sense when you see a guy like him jumping from the top rope. Yeah, I'd be splat. I'd be like Space Jam, when Daffy Duck's on the
Mommy.
When Donald Duck's Daffy Duck's on the basketball Mommy, I don't want to go to school today.
You saying that a mistake that's been said for decades now about
Daffy Duck.
You're not the only person. Trust me.
But again, the chops, the clotheslines, he fucking powerbombs him into the fucking mat, he's powerbombing him into the center of the earth. And Pete Dunne, if this maybe this Pete Dunne could be Walter, the in shape Pete Dunne, the man that you call the best technical wrestler in the world. But
Yeah, he tried that technical shit in that match. It did not work.
see, this is that's not a knife.
Yeah, he tried all that, bro.
Yeah, you fucking brought a knife to a gunfight, and Walter's like,
Right. As soon as he tried to go for the fingers, man, get the fuck off the ring.
yeah,
man.
that shit was insane, right? Because he does this smart, like he grabs his hand and then the other hand he just chops him with it, right?
Yeah, get off the ring,
Yeah.
bro.
Damn. I mean, and then Walter started. I mean, Pete Dunne already had the insane title reign, and then Walter took that shit to the next level. And him and Tyler Bate have, I'd say, a better match later on, but still. And then Shayna Baszler defeats. Look at who Shayna Baszler defeats: Bianca Belair, Kairi Sane, and best wrestler in the world, Io Shirai. Fucking 3 top tier talents.
Right. That sound like 3 Hall of Famers and 1 future Hall of Famer.
That's if you're starting a promotion a day and you have to pick 4 women.
You gonna say yes to Bianca and then Lo Shirai?
I still miss Kairi Sane.
No, I love Kyrie. I'll pick her
The
third.
spear, the spear, the elbow drop. I mean, the pirate shit was like hit or miss. I definitely didn't like the Kabuki Warrior stuff with her.
And that's Lo Shirai before she became a heel, quote unquote. So
Again,
Lo Shirai.
I didn't like. I didn't like I liked her, but I love her now. As I've told you, like Io Shirai, heel turn, best wrestler on the fucking planet. No competition. When she didn't have the title, then when she has the when she got the title, like she's been the only consistent like mic work, the entrance, matches, no misses.
When we briefly talked about that, we talking more so about longevity because Tribal Chief came back and he wasn't Tribal Chief until.
But there hasn't been the underrated. The forgotten thing is that he's on the Brock Lesnar shit. Not a lot of matches still.
No, that's what I understand. But then when you
he's having more matches than Brock Lesnar ever did. All being this figure, but I'm just saying, like, and again,
I understood what you meant at that point. He was like consistent, like, since Lo Shirai did this heel turn, she's been consistent.
This is, I mean, year and a half of the Io Shirai. Maybe it'll be 2 years and a couple of months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been about 2 years,
and the Roman Reigns Tribal Chief is only just over like 8 months, close to it. So that's right. Same thing, and again, my argument is the same thing with Finn Balor over Roman Reigns is again because Roman Reigns coming back to NXT, becoming the Prince is very similar to Roman Reigns returning, becoming the Tribal Chief. Very similar, like the way they talk, the attitude they carry, the matches, how they work different. Again, like Roman Reigns started using the guillotine chokehold and all that. So that's gonna be like, that match. I might have to run. I'm probably gonna run 35 and take over Brooklyn. Well, take over New York is what they called it back. And then Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole. I think they had the better match at TakeOver 25 in Connecticut. But this match was insane. And Johnny Gargano showed up with the Iron Man gear. This is right before Endgame, if I'm not mistaken, because I think Endgame.
This is before. This is like a couple of weeks before.
Yep,
Endgame came on April.
Yep, I was this is April 5th, and Endgame is like late April. Because again, I was a major pain during this time. Then on the outs a week later, never mind. But anyway,
it always comes back.
That's what I mean. That's why it was a dark time in my around this time of my life. But they had an insane match. Again, 20 finishers. I don't give a fuck. Super kicks. I don't give a fuck.
But that's when it was fire, bro. After that, it was like, all right, man. It became cliche after that. It was like, all right, Johnny, you all but 5'8". You taking every finisher 20 times and kicking out. But that match, it was fire. Then I just
this was
to run up.
See, that's always been the Johnny Gargano can like take all the finish. Jesus Christ, phrasing.
Yeah, relax.
I mean, well, no, because like him and Ciampa take over Chicago, where they have that great Chicago street fight. He loses to a handcuffed DDT, and then the takeover that summer loses to because he falls and like he hits his knee and like he can't get back up on some bullshit. And then again, like this summer he loses to Adam Cole because Adam Cole and him fall on top. They fall at the same time, and Adam Cole like does like the arm right over. Like they book Johnny Gargano so strong to have him lose in dumb ways around this time is what it was. That's probably where it came to a point where like, how are you gonna kick out all the finishers and then lose stupidly?
Right.
Whereas like this, he won again. Like the Undisputed Era kind of showed up at the end. But that's maybe why I like the rematch better at TakeOver 25. That they had the straight up wrestling match, and then Adam Cole hits the fucking Canadian Destroyer Panama Sunrise on the outside of the ring. And that's when Adam Cole walks out to the Josiah Williams entrance. But this match is still, again, 2 out of 3 falls. I think that's what killed it because it was like, that's what makes the second match better is it's just one fall ends it. Whereas like this, like, but still fucking, that's that card start to finish.
Yep.
And it was a culmination of Johnny wrestling him. And again, like he was gone from NXT for like that 3-week stretch because he lost the match, then comes back, beats Tommaso Ciampa. There are a few kind of ends. Ciampa comes out and celebrates where it seems like that was the match that was going to happen. Finally, them one-on-one for the title again to like end it all, which they ended up doing last year in that match. Is like,
well, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. You better enjoy the one coming up this Wednesday or Thursday, because he going to the main card after this. He said he didn't want to go to the main card. He wants the main card.
I'm pissed that they're making Kushida face Ricochet. Like I thought Pete Dunne was gonna win this match, and then we'd finally get Johnny Gargano Pete Dunne.
Yeah, I feel the same. I got to relook at the card again because they replaced Ricochet. It's not Pete Dunne anymore.
What do you mean?
No. I'm talking about for next week.
Kushida and Ricochet, Kushida and Pete Dunne are having a straight up match. They're not in that
That's
gauntlet.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Okay.
like, what the fuck? I haven't watched NXT from this week. I was gonna try to catch up before, but
Bro, I ain't watched NXT in weeks.
okay. Yeah. So you're missing the greatest. You're missing the Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly.
No, I see the highlights of it, bro.
Okay.
I ain't watched MLW. You know I'm in.
Who watches MLW? Who watches that?
Because that's the best promotion out.
All right. Meanwhile, you're also watching ROH. So
I haven't watched ROH in a while.
Yeah.
I need to see what's going on with the Shea Taylor company, though.
Isn't it Shane Taylor Promotions?
Yeah, there you go. Promotions. They got the 6-man tag thing.
Yeah.
Which they should put in. I mean, they ain't gonna do it, but
No. We don't need 6-man titles are dumb, in my opinion.
Compared to the Freebird rule,
I think it's better to have a 6-man tournament and crown like every year have, like basically the Crockett Cup for 6-man teams. Like do something like that. Don't have titles. It's like that's one of the stupid things in New Japan. It's like no one really gives a shit about these titles because these are like again like 6-man champs in WWE would be Alberto Carrillo, Ricochet, and R-Truth. Like those would be the 6-man champs.
Basically, the 6-man 24/7.
R-Truth, yeah, R-Truth, Drew Gulak, and Akira Tozawa would be the 6-man champs right now.
That's
we saw. Yeah, they gave the women tag titles, and look who were the champs: Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, but man, I think this is a great episode. Yeah, some improv to start the show, and then it's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, because we already got to talk WrestleMania next week, and it's just like, all right, bro.
Yeah, I mean, as in terms of the WrestleMania we're getting, which is like.
But I will say this to you because we won't talk about it probably off air before we record next week. Yeah, we're going to see who's going to get a pop and who's going to get booed. And this is going to tell everything you need to know for the next couple months because I think Roman Reigns is actually going to get a pop.
Of course. Because he's a heel now and fans are stupid.
If that happens, he'll never lose the title. He's going to be on a 2 or 3 year title run. Look at it. It's working. I told you.
Yeah.
They buying it.
It would have worked right after WrestleMania 2016, right after WrestleMania 32. It would have worked right then and there.
But now everything is in good timing.
But I mean, are you hyped? Every year around WrestleMania, do you get hyped? Like, yeah, it's WrestleMania. Like, fuck yeah.
For NXT, yeah.
Just for NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because WrestleMania last year, it was like, first of all, we didn't think we was gonna get one.
Yeah, that's what was so underwhelming. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Like, NXT was just fire because the Kofi Kingston's like build up to him finally getting the title shot. That was fire. 18, I think I was like, yeah, cool, I'll watch it. But this year it's more so, man, NXT TakeOver. And it's 2 nights. That's all I'm looking forward to. Like, of course, I'm gonna be watching WrestleMania, but it's like these are matches I can watch on Raw or SmackDown, bro.
Yeah.
Other than Sasha and Bianca, I could watch the other matches on SmackDown, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to throw out some favorite WrestleMania matches real quick. Shane McMahon, AJ Styles, WrestleMania 33.
Classic.
Best match on that card. Triple threat.
Taker.
No. WrestleMania 32, triple threat. Charlotte, Flair, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks. Phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
What else? You know what? CM Punk, Undertaker. That was the best match Undertaker had this decade at 29 in New York.
That's the match that made CM Punk quit wrestling.
As it should, because he worked his ass off and they didn't pay the man.
I kind of agree with that.
He did the fucking pay me from Chappelle. Like, he did the 2-minute special and was like, fucking pay me.
Get close to the screen.
You gotta put that in the intro or the outro.
If I can find it.
Yeah. That was an idea I had for a podcast, was to do just the 2-minute intro. Like every episode would be 2 minutes. To be like, you want to hear my thoughts about the war? You want to hear my thoughts about Bush?
Well, you fucked up.
Good night.
We got to start doing that now.
You mean so you want us to tease topics what we're going to talk about and then talk about anything but those topics?
Yeah, and then that's how you intro to the show.
Bro, we've done that like 80 times.
No, we're going to do that now. No, that's going to be the intro. They're going to just hear us talking, thinking it's the podcast, and then we giving the recipe away. I'll tell you.
Oh, like today, like how we did, like we talked basketball and then like WrestleMania. Like,
yeah. I'll tell you how I can afford that.
I wouldn't be mad at that. If you just talk about it, yeah. But what else? What else is another? Oh, I mean, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, we already talked about. When Stone Cold carried Bret Austin to a good match. Oh, Stone Cold carried Bret Hart to a great match at.
You messing up so bad with that bullshit that you.
Yeah, that was wrong. Again, I realistically got to rewatch that match.
Classic.
I mean, shit, the double churn.
Classic, bro.
That
started. I know they said the Austin 316. No, that match is what started it.
No, that is. I mean, started it into like now we're cooking.
Yeah.
Austin 316 is that we did the shopping. The ingredients are here. Now what do we do? Like, Bill Big Broad Brick.
With that, he got color, and then he get in the sharpshooter and passed out.
How do you pass out from a leg lock?
Bruh, he putting pressure on the back of his like.
I know,
back.
Yeah. Lower back, yeah. But any other ones from like WrestleManias we didn't talk about? Definitely not Rock versus the Racist at 18. That match sucks. And sure,
the only good thing about that was just the crowd.
Yeah, it's just crowd pops. That's all it is. Because every
Rock selling with the facial expressions. Doing the best acting he can other than his movies because he never acts in his movies.
Yeah, I'm struggling right now to think of anything that really stands out.
For the most part, that's it. Because then we got to go to the 80s and 90s, and I'm not giving anything from
like the 2000s. Well, I mean, like
WrestleMania, that Fatal 4-Way was all right. The Elimination Fatal 4-Way was all right. The triangle ladder match from 2000 WrestleMania in Anaheim. I was trying to go. My mom couldn't afford the tickets. I'm still mad about that. Not at her, but
do you ever have a desire to go to WrestleMania in your life? I know you might be going next week.
Off here, we'll talk about that. It won't be WrestleMania 2. I'm not going. But in LA. We'll be there. I ain't gonna be at no brunch, but I'm gonna be there. All y'all brunch talk. I love y'all. Y'all know y'all my people, but I ain't gonna be in no damn brunch. I'm about to be in the hood. Y'all gonna catch me on Manchester and Crenshaw. Catch me on Manchester and Van Ness.
Florence and Normandy.
Yeah, catch me over there with Black Knight. Catch me, bruh, Manchester at Wings and Pots. Catch me on Manchester and La Brea at Doolin's. That's where I'm about to be at. I ain't gonna be at no brunch.
Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, WrestleMania 25, obviously all timer. Again, great ending in that match. Like you said,
Y'all
Shawn
also
Michaels.
Catch me take. I can't even get it up. All right.
That's just in the episode. At Banks No Rust 2 on Twitter, Instagram, the BVD at the BVD Pod on Twitter, Davis aka Drip on Twitter, daviscoltondc on Instagram. Follow, rate, like, subscribe, recommend, watch on the YouTube. Banks versus Davis. Banks didn't put out the 2 YouTube exclusives yet, right?
No, it's out. I just got to promote it.
Oh, there. Okay.
One of them is out. Okay. For all those that's listening, as we record today on Saturday, April the 3rd, the exclusive episode that we did a couple weeks ago is out on YouTube right now. It premiered early this morning. I'll be promoting that. I meant to do it earlier, but there's not enough time in the day. About to promote that as soon as we're done.
This man told me we were going to record at 11, and I'm like, it's 11:12. I'm like, didn't you say 11? He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, bro, it's not enough time in the day.
Today?
Yeah, I had my times mixed up. I thought it would be 1 o'clock my time. I'm like, bro. So yeah, I'll promote the other one. The other one comes out. I'm working too much. Damn it! Y'all need to stop.
You got to stop doing so many pods. I mean, you got to stop doing the pod with you know who already. I don't know why you went back.
We'll talk about it.
This man saying shit about Thin Mints. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you talking about that? Yeah. No. That was a problematic conversation. I wish I would edit it out, but fuck it. I don't really edit.
You gotta edit it. Yeah. See, I tried to save you. Try to come to this.
Oh, all I was gonna say is I gotta take Sasha Banks to the Sloss and Swap Meet. That's all I was gonna say, and get her a better wig.
You've been saying this for like 8 months now, I think.
So what does that tell you? It's bound to happen. I believe anything now.
Maybe I gotta get her the way I got Major Pain.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna take her to Six Flags. Six Flags open now.
Oh shit.
Make her a costume. We're gonna take her to Six Flags, get her right.
Yeah, you're gonna tell Makazi, make her a costume. I'm taking her to Six Flags.
Yeah, make me some custom basketball shorts too. But Don C. I need Banks on my damn basketball shorts. That's what I need. Some Bulls Banks shorts.
Why don't you ask you know who? I say I see she's in the merch game. You know who.